This is Parramatta Eels waiting for that green light, and we are good to go. Hey guys, how you going? So down BKRsport, we are live as the Sydney Roosters will be taking on the Parramatta Eels in the second preseason game of today. We earlier on saw the Sharkies put a massive score past the Raiders, 48 points to 6. With that being said, Raiders didn't really play many, Sharks played a lot. Yesterday we obviously saw the Tigers get through 26-12 over the Panthers, but it was full-strength teams for the first half. Panthers were up 12-10, and then obviously the Tigers came through and won that with the reserve grade in the second half. And then the same thing happened in that Warriors-Dolphins game where the Dolphins won 38-34, but with the first half being full-strength teams, it was 18-10 to the Warriors before the second half. They all put their reserve grade teams in, and then it was 38-34 as the final score. They are the results so far. Now today we still have the Sydney Roosters taking on the Parramatta Eels here, and then in the next game we will have the Gold Coast Titans taking on the Melbourne Storm at Sunshine Coast Stadium. We will be live for that. And then later on today, we also have a T20 World Cup game, massive Super 8s game between New Zealand and Pakistan. So we'll be live for another 3 games here today. This one, Titan Storm, then also Pakistan versus New Zealand. And then tomorrow, we have South Sydney Rabbitohs versus Manly in just that one game of and that'll be the final game actually of the Rugby League pre-season. I just want to quickly check who's the T20 game we have tomorrow. Actually, we have 2 games. We have 2 games tomorrow, which is Sri Lanka up against England and India versus South Africa. Wow, very big day. Just all those games are going to be big from now on, to be fair. But guys, let's get into these 2 team lineups before the game does start in 5 minutes time. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new around here. If you love your rugby league, this is the place to be. So the Sydney Roosters, they come into this game in pre-season from 12th position. The Eels come into this game from 3rd and have a genuine chance of winning the pre-season. If they can win this game and get all 3 bonus points for the 5+ line breaks, 10+ offloads, 5+ tries, and then win, they would be in first place on the preseason. And honestly, they probably win it. If they win this, it would only be the Titans who could then jump back above them. But the Titans have a plus 12 points differential. The Eels are plus 34, so 22 plus whatever the difference is here. I don't see that happening. So realistically speaking, the Eels, if they win this and win this game well, getting all those bonus points, they will win the preseason. Whilst the Roosters, they can't. They obviously lost last week to the West Tigers, who's the other team in that scenario. Now the ins here, this is at Polytech Stadium in Gosford. That was where the Sharkies versus Raiders game was as well. This is a doubleheader. Into the Roosters, Angus Crichton, Billy Smith, Blake Steep, Connor Watson, Daly Cherry Evans in his first game, James Tedesco, Lindsay Collins, Mark Nwanganetawase, Max McCarthy, Nafahu White, Sam Walker and Spencer Leniu, with the outs being Aston Warwick, Delasal Va'a, Enzo Griffia, Hayden Barton, Hugo Savala, Itula Seve, Jackson Stewart, Jake Elliott, Jackson Allen, Kanan Mangeli, Lachlan Duna, Louis Lee, Nat Butcher, Rex Bathingthwaite, and Zach Safati. Now, the fullback is James Tedesco, who is the captain, with the wingers being Tommy Talau and Mark Nwanganetawase. Billy Smith and Fetalaga Pauga are the centres. Go to the 5'8", which is Daly Cherry Evans. That's an interesting put in there rather than the halfback. He will be the 6, and Sam Walker is the halfback. I prefer that, absolutely. Go to the front row forwards of Nafahu White and Lindsay Collins, with the number 9 being Benaiah Uelu. The 11 and 12 back rowers Angus Crichton and Siwa Wong, with Blake Steep as the lock. You go to the interchange, which is Connor Watson, Spencer Leniu, Egan Butcher, and it doesn't have the 17 currently on this sheet right now. It just has a blank name next to 17 interchange. Then you go to the reserves, which you will see featured today. It's unlimited interchange. Celestia Faketi, Reece Foley, Max McCarthy, Toby Rodwell, Tom Rodwell, Junior Tupou, and Taylor Lasalu. So yeah, I don't know who that 17 is, but obviously much stronger Roosters team here today. Much, much stronger. And we'll see them for the first half. Obviously no Daniel Tupou, but we'll see these guys for the first half. And you see how they get rocking, because the Roosters are a very hyped team this year, and you want to see them get off to a good start. But the Roosters are infamous for not giving a shit about the preseason, and they are also infamous for struggling in the early part of the season as well. So don't usually expect a great deal out of them to start off the year, but they definitely warm up into it. Now for the Eels, they've got the new signing in here of Brian Kelly. They've also got Dylan Walker, Jack DeBellin, Jack Williams, Shemaine Hopgood, Josh Adokar, Junior Bolo, and Mitchell Moses, with the outs being Apa Twaddle, who had a good game last week for the Eels, Josiah Funaluta, Lincoln Fletcher, Meni Luke, Muhammad Alamadine, Richard Penasini, Ryder Talangi, Saxon Pryke, and Will Latu. The fullback is Isaiah Yongi. Wingers are Bailey Simonson and Josh Adokar. Centres Will Penasini and Sean Russell. Go to the 5'8", which is Jonah Pezzett, the new man who's on loan just for this year, and Mitchell Moses, who is the captain and halfback. Go to the front row forwards of Jermaine Hopgood and Junior Bolo, with the number 9 being Riley Smith. Back row, Jack Williams and Kitione Kautonga. 13 is Jack DeBellum. Interchange-wise, Dylan Walker, Sam Tuivaiti, Matt Dury and Talanda Silva, with the reserves Charlie Garma, Kelma Tuolangi, Joash Papali'i, Brian Kelly, Jordan Samrani, Ronald Volkman, Araz Nanva, Jake Tango, Lorenzo Talataina, and Tinkam Brown. Interesting to see that Brian Kelly is still amongst the reserves here, and that Brian Kelly isn't actually starting for them in place of a guy like Sean Russell per se. They've gone with Bailey Simonson, Penasini, Russell, and Adokara. Is that what they're looking to go for this season? I would have expected Brian Kelly to be in the team, but obviously he is not today. Let me know your thoughts in the chat, guys. Again, if the Eels get all 3 bonus points and win this, then they will win the preseason. Actually, the Eels only need to get 2 bonus points. They only need 2 bonus points and then to win, because they've already got a better points differential than the Tigers, and they're on 15, so they would get to 29. So they will just need either 10 plus offloads, 5 plus line breaks, and then don't worry about the 5 plus tries, or 5 plus line breaks, 5 plus line breaks and 5 plus tries. That'll do the job for them. So they don't actually need to do it. But if they did do that, and they only got the 2, then the Titans do actually have a chance if they went and got all their 3 bonus points. But that is against the Melbourne Storm later on. It's going to be a very, very difficult game for them. But for the Storm, absolutely, because the Titans might win the next 10 comps in a row. But guys, do me a favour, hit that like button and subscribe. It is weird looking at Daly Cherry Evans currently in a Roosters jersey. It is feeling strange after him being his whole career at Manly. We've been so used to Cherry Evans at the Chooks, at Manly, and now he's currently wearing a Roosters jersey. So let's get into it. It will be the Eels to kick this ball off to the Roosters, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a massive storm roll through here in this game, because it's been really hot today apparently in Gosford, and it looked like really dark clouds were coming across. But we're underway. Roosters will get the ball, and it's going to be Lindsay Collins with the first touch of the Roosters, and he gets slaughtered in a tackle to start us off. Wow, that is a huge hit. That was by Jack Williams, and we do have the score. Refresh, beautiful. All right, there we go. Gary says, how you doing? Going all right, mate. Love a rugby league. Third tackle here at the 23 for the Chooks. Manly 24 says, Russell done well last week. Eels, I'm backing for the win. Well, if they do win, man, they can win the preseason. Probably do win the preseason, to be honest with you, if you want to be realistic. If they do win this game and get 2 bonus points, they probably win the preseason, because the only team that could then jump them would be the Gold Coast Titans, who played the Melbourne Storm right after this. Fifth tackle, Lindsay Collins gets the ball offloaded, and I don't know how they've worked out a good kick from that. And that's going to bounce awkwardly here. No, the Eels will get it. And it's Isaiah Yongi who brings it out to the 12 on first tackle, and here's the rain. I knew it. I knew that storm was going to come through. It is starting to pour down rain here in Gosford. But look, the only team, but the Titans have to play the Storm at Sunshine Coast right after this. So I'm fully expecting that to not necessarily go away. But hopefully it does. Hopefully it does, because they may not lose a game ever again, like I said. And now be 4 tackle for Junior Bolo, who gets his ball to the 25. If my desire for Roosters to win wasn't attached to a positive outcome for the Titans, the desire wouldn't be there. Yeah, well, look, if you're a Titans fan, you definitely are preferring to see... you're definitely preferring to see the Eels win this game. No, sorry. You actually, no, sorry. If you're a Titans fan, you'd be preferring to see the Roosters win this game. I don't know where that comment's come from. No, you have to just hope that the Titans are going to get the job done over the Storm later on. It's still a preseason game at the end of the day. You never know what's going to happen. Titans will smash the Storm. Hopefully, Manly. That's the next game right after this. Hopefully, we can do a job there and get some good positivity going into the season with our highest place finish since 2010. But obviously, this is the preseason, not regular season. Now they go to the right-hand side. Highest actual place for the Titans was in 2009 when they came third. 2010 they came fourth, but they at least won that first week finals game against the Warriors. So that's Sam Walker at the 40. On fourth tackle, Tedesco gets it across to Billy Smith. Billy Smith, good pass, and Tommy Talau will be taken down to the 30 on fifth tackle. Give it to Sam Walker, and let's see this kicking game. They put that one up high in the air. The chase through here is nice from Tedesco. He comes through. This is going to be a try for the Roosters. It is. It's a try for the Roosters. Lindsay Collins, could you have thought that was going to be the first try of the Roosters season? Lindsay Collins will score Tedesco put a lot of pressure on Isaiah Yongi, and Lindsay Collins comes in and mops up at the back and will score to make it 4-0 with the kick to come. Glenn Cooper says, I'm a Bulldogs fan, but I'm going for the Eels. That is just outrageous. That is just outrageous. How can you be going for your biggest rival team? What? Why on earth are you going for your biggest rival team here? For what purpose? And that also means you'd finish lower on your own preseason table. Why? Why would you be going for the Eels here? You had Collins for first try scorer, did you, Brenton? You had him. You had him, did you? Well, I also had the Tajiksani cow farmers to come into the comp from next year, but they gave it to Perth Bears instead. If there was ever a legit ladder, that ladder would be it. Yeah, well, hopefully you say the same thing tonight after the Titans win by 100 against the Storm, Mitchell. Hopefully you have to say the same thing. But that's a big hit to Entertain House's original plans of coming second for the Eels this year with that early try. You had Lindsay, did you, Australian Elf Show? You had Lindsay Collins to get the first try, did you? What analytics and what stats did you have to make you go down this path? You know, what made you go down this unbelievable path of predicting the front row Lindsay Collins to score the first try for the Roosters? They're actually monitoring the radar here. Oh no, they're about to delay this game. Oh no. There's lightning delay, lads. Oh no. There is a lightning delay here, lads. Oh no. You're kidding. I don't know what happens here. If you don't donate $200 million, we'll believe you. Yeah, exactly right, Mitchell. So there is a lightning delay right now where the game is not continuing for the time being. And they're telling all the fans to leave the stands and to go underneath. Due to lightning in the area, players being suspended for your safety. Please follow the stadium staff directions and move to the nearest covered area. Won't be for long, though. Well, we said this during Samoa versus Tonga last year, and it went for like 2-3 hours, didn't it? I think it went for like 2 hours. Oh, you won on Lindsay to score 1 and lightning delay. Yeah, look, betting on lightning delay. It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me if betting agencies start to clock on to this lightning delay stuff and they start putting like an option if there's going to be a lightning delay in the game. It wouldn't surprise me, man. So the Roosters and Eels, only 4 minutes have gone into this game. And we're back. Lightning delay and muted. It's all just going all over the shop right now. It's going all over the shop. Well, will this delay the Storm Titans game then? Will they delay that? Or will they put that on during? I don't know, because I will leave this game at the end if it means that I'm not missing the Storm Titans because that's my team. But will they delay that, or will they just allow that to play through at the same time? Because that is meant to start. Well, that's 7:10 p.m. local time in Queensland that'll start. So maybe they could delay that because it wouldn't be too late. It's not like it's an 8:10 p.m. game. It's 8:10 p.m. in New South Wales, but the game's in Sunshine Coast. It's 7:10. This bloke's best friend is the mute button. Well, we're not muted right now, though. We're not muted, champion. No muted here. There's no muted here. But we are effectively muted in regards to covering this game right now. What do we do? It's raining. I wanted to watch Ches play. I wanted to see Cherry Evans play for the Chooks. How long is this meant to be, this delay? Swap the games around. If I wonder what they'll actually do with it. I'm going to check Twitter to see. Lightning delay. Lightning delay, you can't make this up. Love a good lightning delay. Roosters score and now a lightning delay to save us. Thank God. And not sure if this is Gosford or the UK. Squishy Sports says, yeah, take that, Jacko. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing here is saying anything. We don't know anything. The commentary's not talking about it either. Oh, what's happening here in the crowd? I can hear the crowd cheering. Is there like someone running on the field? I feel like there might be a streaker at the moment. I feel like there may be a streaker because the crowd is going crazy for some unknown reason. Yes, Rabbitohs versus Dogs last year. What was the other game that got delayed? I think that was about an hour or so, that one was. The thing is, this is an ugly sight. No, not the Lightning. An ugly sight? What are we talking about here, Dingo? Everyone talks about Shark Park being hideous, but no one mentioning us changing the ground name to Bloody Ocean Protect Stadium. Like, what the hell? I don't call any of your sponsor names. I call it Shark Park. Won't do it with Manly either. Dingo's a Manly fan. I tell him I'm not calling it anything that you guys call it because you call it a different name every year. I will always call it Brookie. And the same thing goes to Shark Park. It's always Shark Park to me. I'm not calling you Ramondus when you were, because that's like literally a trash company. How shite is Aussie weather? Lightning delays. Let's go have a look here. Beautiful weather in Bournemouth, mate. Yeah, fantastic weather today. Cloudy, 9 degrees Celsius. Unbelievable. Hey, guess what? Bit of rain around to help you out later on in the afternoon. Unbelievable stuff in England. Maybe we'll check. Obviously, it's just the south. We'll go check Manchester weather here to see how Olivia's going on up there. Oh, it's raining. Yep, 8 degrees, even colder. 8 degrees, rain on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Cloudy on Tuesday, though. It's a beautiful day there. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, raining. Oh, my gosh, it's outstanding. Outstanding stuff. Jacko says, how to rage, mate, in Aussie. Yeah, I'm raging, mate. I'm fuming right now, Jacko. I'm fuming. You'll never see someone angrier than me right now. What a way to get banned from footy, having a streak during a lightning delay in the preseason. We had a streaker last night, in the Tigers-Panthers game. Why would you get yourself banned from going to games in preseason? Like, at least if you're going to streak, one, get your kit off. Don't just run around with your pants on. Well, that's the whole point of streaking. Get your kit off, get your clothes off, get on the field, and we'll all have a laugh at you. Even if it's underwear, at least you're not in just your pants and your shirt. The idiots who go on fully clothed, you're not streaking, you're just an idiot. If you go on with no shirt on and your pants, you're still an idiot, but at least you're halfway there. And then if you go on with just your underwear, now that's streaking. But if you go on with no clothes, that is the real deal, and you get the respect of everybody. That's the respect of everybody right there. None of these half-cast bullshit. None of these half-cast nonsense. And do it like that bloke did it in Origin, where he was fully naked and ran on the field and stopped a Queensland try. Even though we ended up winning that game in Origin, he got himself all tanned up to the brink. He literally looked like an absolute melon overall. But that's what you want to see from a streaker. That's prime time streaking right there. Not streaking in a lightning delay in the preseason. Yeah, it's either a full hog or you're a flog. Exactly right, Nath. Full hog or you're a flog. It's just as simple as that. Angels, your audio is clipping. Is it clipping, guys? Is it clipping out? As someone who works security, I'm glad I haven't been able to deal with any intruders at stadiums. Do you work security at these games? By the way, for anyone who's just tuning in, this game is in a lightning delay right now. There is a lightning delay as we currently speak. So that's why we're just sitting here waiting for this to finish. There is plenty of lightning in the area. There is quite a bit there. There is quite a bit. Maybe refresh the stream, Adrian, because I don't think it's fine. Hold on. I think one of Dingo's comments have been hidden here. Proper streak here is you go full naked and then get hit by the lightning for full effect. Now, if you got hit by lightning, I'll forgive you with pants on. I'll forgive it. You know, that's proper streaking. If you run on the field and you've got full pants on but no shirt, that's still streaking because you get hit by lightning. It's the show. It's the big time show. But if you don't get hit by lightning, you got pants on, then you're just a muppet. Stupid. Yeah, very typical Sydney here, Jacko. Unbelievably typical Sydney. This isn't Sydney though. Got him. This is not in Sydney. This is on the Central Coast. You don't even know where Central Coast is, champion. Or tits out will pass, and it has to be a female. Well, yeah, I'm not saying tits out if it's a male. That's a scary sight. Like that Titans one the other year. That was prime time. That was prime time. The one at the Titans game. That happened right in front of me too at Seabass. And what was it? Titans Eels? I think it might have been the Eels game. Uppos the Sharks versus Raiders. That's already finished. Sharks won 48-6. That already finished. Bloody Jacko doesn't even know Australia. He calls himself a rugby league fan. Calls himself a passionate rugby league fan. I was just taking a stab at the dark because they're both Sydney teams. Well, Sydney Roosters are Eastern Sydney and Parramatta are Western Sydney. They are still Sydney though, I guess. I'll give it to you. I'll allow you to have that one. They are still technically Sydney. Surely they delay the Titans versus Storm. Surely they delay it. Margot Robbie should streak at Seabass. Now, Branson, I think we'd back that. We'd back that. Oh, here we go. We've got an update apparently. Yeah, okay, cool. Enough of the yap and just tell us how long we're probably going to have to wait here. We've been monitoring this on the sideline. There was a storm threatening. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Yeah. Yep, Sherlock Holmes over here. It's deemed a bit too close for comfort, so we had the whole plate. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Can we know how long it's meant to be, you think? We are being told it's not going to be too long. Okay, well, at least you gave us some kind of an answer after 34 years of waiting to hear, but they gave us some kind of answer that at some point in the near-term future, the game will be back on. But that is a very loose term, and we don't know just yet. Would Roosters versus Rabbits be the most hyped grand final and best grand final for business? Best grand final for business is Bulldogs versus Warriors. You get the whole country of New Zealand. You'll get a lot of people tuning in for the fact that neither team has... Warriors have never won it, and the Bulldogs haven't won it in many years. Bulldogs have a massive fan base. Warriors would have just an insane fan base, and they are two of the most passionate fan bases in the competition. So Bulldogs versus Warriors probably is actually the most hype and the biggest that you would get. But Roosters and Rabbitohs would encapsulate the core audience of rugby league, but not really. No, it won't capture people from Adelaide. It won't capture people from New Zealand, you know. It's just not going to be kind of doing that. But Bulldogs Warriors has the ability to be so loud with their fan bases that would do some numbers. Bulldogs Warriors, my God, the Wise fans incoming on grand final day, and then the local Doggies fans, of course, with the drums and noise. Oh, there'd be fights at that stadium for sure, mate. Prediction update is yeah, it's a great update, Nate. No, fantastic update of maybe we might get some game time at some point. Oh yeah, I just realised Reece Robson, he's not in the team today. They've got Benai Uelu and Connor Watson, but Uelu won't be in the team in the starting 17 when they play in a couple of weeks' time. But yeah, Reece Robson's another noticeable out with Daniel Tupou. Jaggers is not too long. What a joker. We want to know how many minutes, not what his missus told him in the room. Yeah, you need help, Jacko. No, I just wanted to have a vague idea. I just wanted him to say, like, oh, I predicted maybe about 20 minutes or 15 minutes or 30 minutes. She just said, it'll come on soon. Who wins, Loffy or Hammer, 60 metres? 60 metres? I back in... I think that Loffy is the faster player, but also Hamiso is incredible to watch. I prefer to watch Hammer in full speed than Loff, but I'd probably back in Loffy. With that being said, though, Jojo is technically faster over that distance than Loff. Technically, he is faster over that distance. Did YouTube remove that last comment? Probably, mate. I can't see your last comment. I cannot see it. For anyone who's just tuning in, it is currently a lightning delay. Oh, no, YouTube didn't remove... Oh, wait, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm not too sure. I just refreshed. Perth Bears would not create as anyway, Perth Bears versus Storm would be one of the least viewed grand finals of all time. What are you talking about? Smith said, bro, like, I understand you're trying to, like, fit in with the rugby league crowd here, but you, with all due respect, you don't know what you're talking about. Storm versus Perth Bears would get one of the lowest attendance views of all time. You would get nowhere close to 80,000 people at a core stadium for the grand final. Nowhere close. Everyone would be Bears fans, not Perth Bears fans, nor Sydney Bears fans. They wouldn't be supporting the Bears. I don't think you Perth people realise this just at the moment, which is unfortunate. But the North Sydney Bears fans don't actually support your club. They don't support Perth. They support North Sydney, and the only way they can have their team in is through having a partnership with the Perth Bears. I would not be surprised if in 5-10 years' time they try to go down a different pathway. But they're not actually supporting the Perth Bears. They're supporting the North Sydney Bears returning into the competition. So don't feel like it's all kumbaya here. Don't feel like it's all kumbaya. Since you could have just searched it up and you'd have gotten 5 half-solid matchups than what you just mentioned. Yeah, bigger matchups than that is Roosters Rabbitohs, Manly Storm. Then you've obviously also got Bulldogs versus Warriors, Broncos Cowboys. I tell you what, Tigers, if they ever made a grand final, would bring out a massive audience for it. They would. They've got a big sleeper of a fan base. It's a sleeper fan base. Yeah, Tigers versus... Who would the Tigers need to play, though, for it to be the biggest audience of that game? Tigers versus, like, a... Jeez. Maybe you just have to match everybody up with the Warriors because you get that massive audience from New Zealand. It won't have... Bulldogs Warriors has the fierceness about it. It has the aggression there. It has the ferocity. Tigers Warriors doesn't. That's why it'd be much less. Tigers Cowboys wouldn't get a huge viewership. It'd get a lot of people from the Tigers, but the Cowboys don't really have a massive fan base. Brenton, he has plenty of the Mr. Connolly #1 fanboy. Brenton says Smith's worst take. Yeah, he has a few interesting takes. Perth PNG. Bro, Perth don't know anything about rugby league. Perth Bears are literally just North Sydney Bears at this point with a name change. No one in Perth cares about rugby league. They're all AFL over there. The whole point of Perth being in is so we can make it a national competition and hopefully we can grow in Western Australia. But the Perth Bears support is not currently people just overall from Perth. They will eventually become rugby league fans of the Perth Bears, but right this very second, it's just North Sydney Bears fans who are the fans of the club. Tigers Dogs grand final will be fights all over the place in the crowd. Yeah. Tigers Dogs would have it. Tigers have the biggest sleeper fan base in the competition. People don't realise this. When they are successful, they are going to make your life a living hell. I don't think people recognise this. Tigers have the biggest sleeper fan base in the whole NRL. By the way, there's still no update and news in regards to when this game's going to come back on. Now, but the thing is, Shako, Papua New Guinea would be massive, because they treat rugby league as a religion in their country. Like, they literally murder people over State of Origin, and they're not even from Queensland or New South Wales. There are murders in that country around State of Origin. It's a stat. For anyone who disagrees with that, you're wrong. It's a literal stat around Origin. Murder rate and death rate rises in Papua New Guinea. That's how much Papua New Guineans care about rugby league. And again, they're not even from Queensland or New South Wales. So, if Papua New Guinea got into a grand final, it would be absolutely insane. The whole country would get behind it. I feel like you would get a lot of neutrals watching it. You get the islands of Fiji, Samoa, Tonga, Cook Islands, Niue, Vanuatu. You get all them watching on. You would grow the game. Papua New Guinea being in the grand final would absolutely grow the game on a significant level because people would hear about it and be like, what? Papua New Guinea? All the AFL fans would be like, what? How is their Papua New Guinea team even in the comp, let alone winning the comp? It would gain a lot of traction. Dingo says, bro, there's like 5 Tigers fans on socials that chirp more than most other fan bases, and they aren't even good. So absolutely, if they become a top side, it'll be rough. Yeah, but it's not even top 5 Tigers fans. No, there's plenty out there. They don't have the backing to back up what they're saying. They don't have the backing, but I'm telling you, when they have the backing, it's going to get scary. It's going to get scary. As I said that to my mate, even was imagine they win the comp, they'll act like the biggest victims and how hard they had to work for that, blah, blah, it would be a whole life detail. We really get a life detail from the Warriors every single day. The reason why they haven't won the last 40 years in a row is because it's all a scam, apparently. Smith says, my bad, Perth Bears takes are just a gimmick, but I am getting a membership. No, that's good to hear, Smithster. Like, we will put you in your place when you say stupid shit, but like at the end of the day, it's good to hear, and it's great to see that you're getting behind a rugby league. But no, the Storm and Perth Bears would be one of probably the lowest viewerships that you could ask for. The only reason that I wouldn't put the Titans lower category is because people would be like, I can't believe the Gold Coast are even in this grand final. You know, like we don't have a massive fan base, but the Gold Coast is the party capital of damn well Australia, and it would be a party on the Gold Coast, man. It would be a party. People who don't even support the Titans would be getting to the Gold Coast just to be involved in the party that it would be, because they'd all get behind it. And the Queensland teams would back in the Titans. You'd get a couple of cuck Broncos fans who wouldn't, but overall, you'd see most of Queensland getting behind it. You'd see all the neutrals in Sydney probably get behind it on the basis that they don't want to see, say, like a Bulldogs or a Sydney team get over it. There'll be some people who get around the Sydney team from Sydney, and there'll be a lot of other people who won't do that. Melbourne wouldn't give a shit at all. They wouldn't care at all. Canberra, I don't know who they would go for, but Warriors fans, we have a bit of a mutual respect with them. But I don't think Warriors fans would support the Titans if we are winning a premiership before them. It's like with the Titans to the Dolphins. We don't want the Dolphins to win a premiership before us because they were the next team after us. The Dolphins won't want the Perth Bears to win before them because that's the next team after them. The Warriors, we were the next team after them with the Titans, so they wouldn't want the Titans to win unless they've already won one by then. Why do you think it's like that for Waz fans? Because it's an excuse. So lightning delay is still on here. I don't know if they're going to... I don't know what happens with the Titans Storm game. What happens with the Titans Storm game? I'm gonna Twitter this. All right. Lightning delay. As a Waz fan, don't think about the Titans one fit. Yeah, that's a lie tie. Maybe it's an individual thing for you, but at the end of the day, you can say that all you like, and yet we've slapped you, the last 5 years in a row besides one game. So let's say he's up a little bit on the disrespect to the Titans. It's absolutely not true. The Titans and the Warriors don't want the Titans to win a comp before the Warriors do, because it would be embarrassing for a newer team in the comp to have won a premiership before you won your first. Same thing goes for the Titans against the Dolphins. We don't want the Dolphins to win a comp before the Titans win a comp, because then it would be the newer team to us that would win a premiership. We don't care about the Warriors, because they're a team before us. You know, it would be awesome for us to do it, but it's not about the Warriors. We don't want the Dolphins to win a premiership because they are the newer team to us, and the Dolphins won't want the Perth team to win a premiership before them because they are the newer team to them. Do you understand how it is? But you can lie all you like in regards to you don't think about the Titans at all. It's a respectful rivalry. There's a reason why we do get great analytics behind the games. There's a reason why the crowds do well for both those teams when they're playing. Warriors fans obviously have a lot of people on the Gold Coast. So it's not true. It's not true what you said, and the analytics don't show that. And if you want to say it's because the Titans are shit, well, we've slapped you on, 10 out of the last 12 times? Or something like that in the last 6 years or so? So yeah, let's just remind you on that one, Tay, before you start getting a little bit cheeky with we don't even think about the Titans. Dingo says last year Manly South's trial had like an hour delay. I think they just ended up moving it to another Fox channel and kept the later games at their usual time. The benefit of this one is that it's pre-season. Titans versus Storm is on at 7:10 p.m. local time in Queensland. They could push it back to an 8:10 start, which would be a 9:10 in New South Wales. Currently speaking, at 6:30, that Titans game is meant to start, because for me it's 2:30, right? The Titans game is meant to start at 4:10, so in about an hour and 40 minutes. Obviously, this game wouldn't be finished by then with this delay. I could easily see them pushing it back an hour, but I don't know, maybe. No, I don't think last year they did do that. No, I think the Bulldogs versus the Rabbitohs game was the last game of the weekend. I think it was the last game of the weekend. I think that was the last game of the weekend. That's true. Wise fans cannot talk much, but they did make a prelim. Cool. What's it got to do with us? And kind of got robbed that one and made finals in 2025. They've been solid for 2 out of the last 3 seasons. That's great, and yet we've beaten them in 2 out of those last 3 seasons. Actually, the last time we lost them was the last game of last year. Outside of that, we'd won every other game in that period that you're referring to. Do you think a grand final sprint with the fastest players would be well received? Oh, absolutely, but the issue is that you can't have the fastest players from the 2 teams that are currently playing in the grand final. So let's go and say that the 2 grand final teams are the say Manly Sea Eagles with Jason Saab and South Sydney Rabbitohs with, not South Sydney Rabbitohs, the New Zealand Warriors with Lofiana Khan-Pereira. You can't have Lofiana Khan-Pereira and Jason Saab then be in that halftime grand final sprint because they are having a rest at halftime of the main game. That's the biggest issue with it. It would be great regardless, and I would love to see it. I think it is needed to have this halftime sprint. I think it would be massive, but unfortunately, it's just kind of impossible at this point to get a completely fair. By the way, they're still talking. This delay could go on for some time. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. They're saying this might go on for quite some time. Oh, apparently apparently there's going to be a break of the Lightning, but the Lightning may come back and delay it again, lads. The Lightning probably goes away. They come back onto the field, and then apparently in like 20, 30 minutes afterwards, there might be another Lightning delay. Is what they're saying. Talking trials, Manly vs South was delayed because of a heart attack in the crowd. Ambulance had to take them, and so there weren't any at the ground for the players. Dog South was the last, yes. Oh, he's not Manly South, okay. Looks like another front is following this one. Jeez. I don't know if we'll get this game completed. I don't know if we'll get this game completed. I will probably stream this for another hour and a half. But unless that game is delayed, I'm a Titans fan. I'm going to be on the Titans as the Storm one. So I was here, but like at the end of the day, I'm not missing that Titans Storm game in an hour and 40 minutes time. So it would need to be a delay. Well, hit that thumbs up button, guys, and subscribe if you're new around here. I don't know what happens from here. I don't know what happens from here, man. Because we don't have an amazing amount of news except for that we're probably going to have a bit of gameplay before there is another Lightning delay. Lightning delay, more reasons to stretch out play and show more ads, probably. Well, that's just a stupid comment, isn't it? The Dingoes is full preseason of waiting for 4 minutes of footy as your trial would be wonderful stuff. Well, look, it's still better than the Titans. What was it, 2 years ago when we had the bye first round, so we didn't get to see our team play during the Vegas round, and this is what we're seeing the Tigers this year, but with that being said, ours is longer. We had the bye first round, so we didn't see our team play the first week in Vegas. We then didn't see our team play the second week, which is round 1. We didn't actually get to see our team play until the last game of round 2. That was diabolical. The last game of Tackle 2. Yeah, good stuff, Jay. Good stuff, Jay. Love that. Love that, mate. Then he says it wasn't him. You're dreaming, son. So, that was a long time we were waiting to see us then get pumped by the Dogs. That was great fun. Great fun there. Is Fraud Alert and Scam coming back? Absolutely, Sports Life. My gosh, what a disgraceful question. Is Fraud Alert and Scam coming back? Absolutely, damn well, it is. My goodness. You'd be mad to miss the big Titans game. I'm not missing the big Titans game, mate. No way. No way. Jay, why are you blaming me? I'm actually... Why are you blaming me for it? Don't be silly. Don't be silly, mate. That is very, very silly. He is a silly man, that one. I'm not doing it. I tell you guys when I do timeouts. I tell you. You have to see me move my arm and then move it. It's well deserved, no sir. No, it's good stuff from Jay. I don't know why you can't admit to him doing it himself. You have to see my arm move for me to do it. Yeah, Brenton. Yeah, Brenton. Yeah, we'll ask Brenton. Still on the lightning delay. I'm going crazy here. Going crazy here. Usually we would just put up a weather delay. Oh, by the way, this seems to be comment politics. Yeah, actually, was that Rabbitohs Manly game here? Yeah, I thought you could verify, Branson. Good stuff. So that Manly versus Rabbitohs game, I think, was also here at Polytech Stadium in Gosford. I don't know what to do with you lads. I don't know whether to sit here and to just keep on yapping away and talking when there's nothing going on, champion. There's nothing going on. It's literally just nothing happening. How about that one, Jay? How about that one? I can verify that was me, Jay. I can verify that one. Tate says, should just play, run it straight. I'm starting to realise that these are trolls now. I'm starting to realise that this isn't serious in regards to the audio stuff. So yeah, no, we won't continue on with that. At first I thought you guys were being legit, but now I know you guys are taking a piss. Tate says, should just play, run it straight in changing room if lightning continues. Probably the way to go. That is probably the way to go. That is probably the way to go here with with what's happening. Last year, though, when we did see that Tonga versus Samoa game, it was that Samoa was warming up and still, getting ready in the sheds, whilst Tonga, they weren't doing anything. They were literally just lying around and kicking back and doing nothing. Cedric says, what's wrong there? What's wrong is there is a lightning delay. We've had a lightning delay for, I think, about half an hour now, 30 minutes or so, and we still don't have any guarantee. We don't. Brandon says, audio genuinely not great. You know when you watch Country NRL game and the commentary has crazy audio noise. Yeah, but see, Brandon Seeger, the issue with your comment is that it's only come from you and I think your mate today, or it might even be you to be fair. It's only that we've had 2 comments today from people that I'm assuming know each other. We don't have anybody ever complaining about it. I think one time we had someone complain about it like 6 months ago, and that's about it. And everybody else here finds it fine. So that's the issue. That's the issue when I reply to you, is that I listened to it before. It may not be the greatest ever, but it's nowhere near something that should be complained about, and it's just too convenient that there's been 2 comments in the space of like an hour or an hour and a half today when we never get these kind of comments. So that's why I reply to you like this. Spitzer, welcome to the BKRsport. Appreciate you, brother. You'd never time out a BKR member? Well, you're going to find out something different today. Ah, Smidster. Oh, he's done himself a mischief. No, we appreciate you for joining up as a member there, Smidster, but you did bring it on yourself, mate. You did. You brought it on yourself. You did bring it on yourself. Trad says, why did I get timed out to say something out of line? I don't know. Jay timed out before. I think maybe you were commenting a little bit too much, but Jay did it before and then he tried to blame me for it. Smidster, that's your right here on the channel. That's what you expect. That's what you expect to get. What do you think of Andrew Dillon saying the AFL is going to expand to India? What? What? From someone who's been to India. What? They are not going to care about AFL at all in India. At all. So once this might be a free for all if the mods continue to get timed out. Well, Mitchell, he's looking juicy right now. He's looking juicy. He's looking juicy for a timeout. Benjamin says, Titans are your team, right? Bit of a silly question, but who is your favourite Titans player? Not a Titans fan, but wish them well and don't mind Jaden Campbell. I'll go Keanu Kinney right now, mate. I love watching him play. Yeah, KK, Keanu Kinney. Yeah, fair. I was quiet for most of the first trial, now been commenting a lot, so I understand. Yeah, unfortunately, Jadis is a little bit trigger happy. Jay, do you disagree with what I'm saying? Yeah, at least Shatish isn't a moderator. That's a great point. He'll never be a moderator. But Jay, you just message the chat now if you disagree with what I'm saying here. I can't see him comment in the chat, so that must mean that he agrees with what I'm saying. Still a lightning delay. It is pouring down rain. It is absolutely pouring down rain, and Trent Robinson is having a chat to his players in the dressing sheds. An hour and 20 minutes until Titans versus the Storm. An hour and 20 minutes to go. If you are new here, we are live for every single game of Rugby League. And I reckon that if your ears are bleeding, it's a positive sign. I think it's a positive sign nowadays. I think it's good stuff. Oh, they're standing up. Wait, are they saying they're coming out in the field? The Roosters are standing up and obviously doing this with their hands. Are they warming up to come back out in the field or what? Hold on, here we go. Just a moment's time, the players are about to come out. Confirmation from the NRL officials. They are pleased in which the way the Storm cell is moving on. Players are about to come out from the sheds for a warm-up. 8-minute warm-up. 6:50, so in 10 minutes' time. Okay, yeah, so in 10 minutes' time, the game will get back underway, lads. Oh, wait. Hold on, they're saying more updates here. Oh, I thought they were going to mention about the Titan Storm game. Should be played in Highcliffe, at least to go on. What on earth is a Highcliffe? I blame Milford for this delay. I think we all do. It's probably Bruce on an alt complaining about the audio. Will it be a full-strength Titans team? It would be good to see them give the Storm a bit of a touch-up. We've got a pretty full-strength team in, man. Yeah, the team that the Titans do have today is Connor Kinney, Philip Sami, Max Fiane, Jojo Fafita, Sila Tilly, Faimani. 5'8" is AJ Brimdog, millionaire, Jaden Campbell, halfback. Forwards of Mike Fodawaker and Tina Fasil Malawi. Sammy Verrills 9, back row Josh Patson, Bo Firma, and Chris Randler's 13. So yeah, it is full strength. And then Curtis Moran, Cleese Haas, Tukamahia Simpkins, and Cooper Bye. That is what you will have as the 17. And then on the reserves, you got Jensen Talmapo, Arama Howe, Jet Liu, Lachlan Elias, Zane Harrison, Luke Summerton, and Jalen DeGroot. Yeah, good to see Jay back. Hope he did learn from his timeout. Same thing goes there for Brenton. Commentator has gone rogue with timeouts. No, Gus Gould isn't able to time anybody out, mate. Gussie Gould can't time anybody out. So the Eels are now back out onto the field. It won't be for another 8 minutes, though, until the game does get started. Yeah, they're probably not going to delay that next game. I might just have to start. I hope that maybe have both streams going at once, maybe. I don't think I can watch both here on... Can you have... Oh, you can have a pop-out player here. You can have a pop-out player if I... Oh, no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you can play both at one time. In an hour and 20 minutes, I will be going across with Titans for Storm. Well, to be fair, that'll just be depth to the second half anyway. So at least we'll get the first half, and then the second half will be the main show. Oh, the second half will be the reserve grade, so we won't mind missing the second half. Yeah, we've spoken to death about the Super League sport reactions, so you can go back to my previous streams to check out our opinion on that. Jagger says, would you end this game early and go on to the next one? It's your team. Yes. Yeah, I would. I'm not going to miss that game at all. But that would... I'll still go until 4 p.m. my time here. That Titans versus Storm game doesn't start till 4:10 p.m. my time. So there's still plenty of time before that. But I would just like to know if they would potentially delay that, or if... Because I'm sure you could delay it an hour and start at 8:10 p.m. local. But I don't think they will. How good was Gus Gould taking a selfie for Twitter while he was on the loo last year? That was fantastic. That's peak rugby league, mate. Absolute prime time rugby league. Yeah, it's tough to warm up. Just play on your cats. I honestly just want to see how Ches and Sam Walker work in this first half. That's kind of the main thing that I'm looking for in this game. It's just about Ches and Sam Walker and how they work together. Danny says they took too long to get out in the field in the first place. They knew the Thunder was coming. Did they take a little bit too long to get out in the field? I can't remember. I thought it started on time. But either way, at least we're going to get some footy here. It just unfortunately will impact, and we probably won't be able to watch the entire game because that Titan Storm one. 5 minutes to go until play does resume. At least the Roosters did slap down a try beforehand, though. Lindsay Collins with the only try for the Roosters today. The only try in this game, Lindsay Collins. What a machine. Jake Spurs had the chance to do the funniest thing on Sunday. Well, we just need to beat Newcastle, mate. We just need to beat Newcastle, and then it's all on. We beat Newcastle tonight, and it is so on. It is ridiculous. Storm playing full strength or close to. Pretty close to, yeah. Their fullback is Failongo. Wingers are Will Warbrick and Moses Leo. Centers are Marion Seva and Nick Meaney. 5'8" Munster. Halfback Wishart. So no Hughes, obviously. But the forwards are Stefano Utukamanu and Josh King. 9, Harry Grant. Joe Chan and Nati Valelu-Sati is the back row. And then Alec McDonald's the 13. Toalau, Kip Clark, David Moali, Trent Loiero, and the likes. Interesting that Loiero's on the bench there. That's interesting. I'm sure he'll be starting 13. But yeah, so pretty close to it, mate. Pretty close to it. I have done Premier League streams before, Jacko, but I just don't have the time, mate. I need to have a life outside of this. So, like, I do all these rugby league games. I'm here for every single rugby league game. And then now I'm also doing cricket. I just don't have the time to put into it. Like, last night, I was so tired, mate. And I didn't even do the Australia vs Oman game. I was so tired. I was up since 1 a.m., obviously streaming the World Club Challenge. My bold prediction for 2026 is Dragons top 8. What do you think? I reckon you're nuts. Did you watch the Charity Shield match last week? Did you watch the Charity Shield match between the Dragons and the Rabbitohs? What has given you the confidence to think that they're going to be in the top 8 right now? Anyone else has missed out on the Raiders Sharks game? What was his thoughts on the game? The Sharks played pretty much full strength. Raiders didn't play full strength at all. Sharks did away with them easy. Bernard, the latest score. Well, the score is below us. It is 6-0. There was a lightning delay. We've only seen 4 minutes of play in this game. We've only seen, well, maybe 7 minutes of play in this game. That's as long as this game has gone on for. Smithster hasn't come back from his timeout, by the way. He would have thought that becoming a member would have saved him from the timeout, but I had to do it. He set me up a beauty. You shouldn't have a life. You're here to serve us with streams. Not surprising. Not surprising at all. Prey says, lightning delay proves that even God doesn't want to see DCE playing in a Roosters jersey. Valid? Sebs says, Bernard, use your eyes, mate. Clear as day on the screen. Unless you're blind, then I appreciate might be hard to see. Yeah, well, he wouldn't have then been able to read your comment, and he's glad that I'm able to read your comment out to him. So play to resume in 3 minutes' time. Nate says, I put 10 on the Dragons to make 22 points this season, and I'm highly doubtful they make it. 22 points? So what, 8 points behind what you're going to need to be in the top 8? Wasn't it 32 points last year that you needed to get into the top 8? Hold on. Telstra Premiership. Telstra Premiership in 2025. Was it 32 points you needed to get in, or 30? It was 32 points, yeah. So you got them 10 points out of the 8. 22 points would have them exactly where they were last year, in 15th position. Wowee. 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 That would be the exact same season. Dragons fans would lose their mind if they had the exact same season this year as they did last year. They'd lose their minds, bro. They would lose their absolute minds. And look, valid too. Fair enough that they would. It would just feel like the ultimate purgatory where they're actually not even regressing. They're still staying the exact same, but they're still just in the absolute dumps. I'm banking on it. That's what Nate says. Las Vegas next week. Do you guys want me to stream the Super League game or not? Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be consistent with Super League. It's on an awful time slot here, like 2 in the morning. I'm not doing it. So, do you want me to stream the Leeds Rhinos versus Hull KR next week, or just stick to the Knights, Cowboys, and Bulldogs Dragons? We know the weight is what the Eels merch says, Brenton. It was like play on with we know the way and also we know the weight. Yeah, don't bother. Well, it's just because like we'll get English subscribers who'll come in and want to watch Super League, and I'll just be like, nah, I'm not doing a 4 a.m. get up to watch York. I'm not doing it. You can't be any worse than the Bulls, surely. Well, Mitchell, you know how the other 2 moderators got timed out? You can join them. We'll see you in 5 minutes, Mitchell. How about that for a rogue moderator? How about that for a rogue commentator? Just stick to the NRL game. Yeah, I was going to do Super League this year, but the time slot is just so bad. It's so bad. So bad. Prey says it'll be a 15-year premiership draft for Manly if they don't win it in 2026. I don't know how Para fans deal with 40 years. 15-year premiership drought. I feel so deeply apologetic and sorry for you. Young Days, what happened with the match? It was a lightning delay, so we're still waiting here. There actually has only been 4 minutes and 13 seconds of gameplay. So they're about to start up again here, but I will probably only be able to stream the first half now because the Titan Storm will start at in about an hour and 20 minutes time, and I'm not missing out on my team play. So it'll be the only little bit of rugby league that I'll miss this year. However, I do need to watch the Titans play. So Roosters now, they're going to bring this ball to the 15 through Lindsay Collins. Lindsay Collins, second tackle for the Chooks, and they'll be at the 25. Pass in the Super League, yeah. Ibram says, can't relate as my team has won the last 20 premierships. Yeah, Titans are undefeated, mate. Third tackle now at the 35. Third tackle for the Chooksters. And it's Nafahu White, rolls it back to Benai Uelu. Uelu to Blake Steep, who had a really good game last week. Blake Steep was unbelievable in the... It was the Indigenous game, right? No. Yeah, I think it was the Indigenous game. Am I crazy? My brain's not braining right now. Was it the Indigenous game? Hold on. He was very good in the game that I'm talking about here. Yeah, it was the Indigenous game. He was unbelievable for the Indigenous. It was really, really good. With heartbreak, frustration, and pain. Titans might never lose a game ever again, mate. So it's first tackle for the Eels, the 15. Now second tackle, great run to the 30. Super League is false advertising as it is shit, Sean says. Yeah, well, you're going to get the English fans getting the one up over everyone insulting the Super League right now, because they obviously did win the last 3 times in a row. Third tackle at the 35. And now fourth tackle at the 45. Just a reminder, the person on your screen was not even born yet when Para last won a single trophy. That is true. That is true. I was minus 8 years old the last time. Eels are away here. Bailey Simonson, Josh Adokar! Josh Adokar scores. Josh Adokar scores for the Eels, and it's 6-4 with a kick to come. A beautiful try there for the Parramatta Eels. Try time for the Eels. Josh Adokar, 6-4 with a kick to come. Westside, Alkalani says, who scored for the Roosters boys? It was Lindsay Collins. Lindsay Collins scored the first try of this match. Lindsay Collins. But this was nicely worked. They go down the left, off to Jonah Pet. Actually, who is that? It's not Pezzett, is it? Anyway, Sean Russell actually was the one who got the offload out to Josh Adokar. And this was nice. Yeah, Russell just pushes off of Palga, not an offload, just a pass. And Adokar goes close enough to make it an easy kick here for Moses. Should be 6-6. It was great going to see Para lose in 2001 and prolonging that 40-year drought. Yeah, I was there when they played the Panthers in 2022. Sean Russell looking good. Well, that's why Brian Kelly isn't in the team. Like, Brian Kelly is here today. I just saw a Rabbitohs fan going crazy in the crowd. Come on, bro. You shouldn't be going that crazy over a preseason game with your rival. Who cares about a preseason game of your rival? But Brian Kelly's not on the team. So it must show why with Sean Russell there. They must believe in Sean Russell more so. Dogs legend Josh Adokar. You guys hate that man, Logan. You guys hated that man. And the Eels will put the ball through. It is 6-6. 32 minutes to go in the first half. 6-6. It was a 50-minute lightning delay, by the way. Were you cheering Power on that grand final? I was sitting with Hayden, so yeah, I was, but I didn't care. Like, I just went and would like to have seen a new... I will always back in. I don't give a shit. That's why I didn't mind the Bronx win last year. I will always back in a fresh comp. I will always back in any team that's not a team that won it the previous year, or, you know, the big Melbourne Storm have won it all the time, or the Panthers who have won it 4 years in a row, or, you know, a Sydney Roosters who have won it plenty of times. I want every community to have their day. I want the Eels to have their day. I want the Tigers to have their day. Of course, I want my Titans to have their day one time. I wanted the Broncos to have their day. You know, Sharkies got theirs in 2016. I want every club's fan base, the Warriors, to have their day. I don't care about the rivalry and the bullshit. I just want to see fresh comp and a community getting their happy moment. That's going to be a long kick to the side. Lions out in the full. Oh, that's an awful kick. Mitchell Moses, awful kick, goes out in the full. Chucker says, here's some ball knowledge for you. Moses nearly kicks that out of a car try into the neighbour's yard. What? You know there's no houses there. You know there's no houses on that side of Gosford Stadium here, right? T-Funk says, what's the Chooks' chances at making the final this season? It's a good chance. They've got a good team. First tackle with the Roosters at 24. Paul says, watch Canberra go this year. Well, yeah, watch his defense as well. But yeah, Canberra is very well known in regards to his attack. But watch his defense as well. And I love Loft. Like we had great respect for each other when he was at the Titans, and he's a good bloke. And I would have loved to see him stay with us. But at the end of the day, you know, he knows his defense is whack, but he also knows how good his attack is. So you just have to hope. Roosters here, kick this ball through. Dropout coming up. You just got to hope that Rocco Berry is able to... Oh, he actually got out of the in-goal. He actually got out of the in-goal. It's not a forced play, so it'll be second tackle out to 5. You got to hope that Rocco Berry gets the best defensive work out of him, because Rocco Berry's good defence but not a good attack, and then Loffy is good attack, not good defence, so hopefully they can work 2 and 2 with each other. So 4th tackle now for the Eels, and they'll be at the 18. I can't believe it's taken us an hour of this stream to say this, but 10 minutes gone in the first half, 30 minutes to go in the first half. Hit that like button and subscribe if you are new around here. We're live for every single game, Rugby League. And they will kick this from 5th tackle inside their own 20. Awful amount of metres on that set. So the Roosters will get this ball to 28, and that's a good kick. It could have easily been to around the 50 to the 40, but instead they got it all the way back to the 30 there, Parramatta. Nikki says, g'day, been subscribed for a while. First time chat, go to Titans. Get it on you, Nikki. Well, Titans in about an hour and 15 minutes time. Hopefully we can put on a bit of a show there against the Melbourne Storm up at the Sunshine Coast. I just don't know if that game starts straight away or if it gets delayed because of this. It says I got Gutho to score the next try. Thank you, Mitchell. Thank you, mate. Angus Crichton, he'll bring this ball to the 38, gets the ball away. Knock on from the Chookies. Knock on. Eels ball at the 40. Reminder of people who forgot, if the Eels get the win and all 3 bonus points, they will win the preseason. Provided the Titans don't go win by 100 against the Melbourne Storm and get all their bonus points. This is a Storm supporter. I'm so sorry to hear, Nikki. I send my regards. Crazy to think DC is playing at 37 when Gal and Cam Smith were the outliers at 38 and older. Well, DCE's only got that 1-year contract, but he's got 2 years if he wants to play next year, but it's up to him whether he wants to play next year, not the Roosters. So he might retire at the exact same time as those 2 guys. It's actually wild. Gallen didn't retire that long ago, if you think about it. What is it now, 6 years? Did he retire 2020 or 2021? Or was it 2019, mate? No. I think he still played 2020, didn't he? Or was it 2019 when he hit that field goal as his last year? It was around that time, though. Eels, taken down to 35. I hope he didn't marry her, Nikki. God, Storm fan, big yikes, 2019. So that game against the Tigers where he kicked a field goal, well, they got into the 8 and they got knocked out pretty quickly. Was it 2019? Oh, there you go. Because I was there for his field goal. I was there. DC got another year in him at least. We'll see. I don't know about at least. I think at max he's got another year at him. He really fell off a cliff in regards to his form last year at Manly, and obviously lost his Origin captaincy and lost his Origin spot. And Queensland went on to win despite losing with him in that first game. So you know it's it's not necessarily that Cherry Evans is going to play on past this year, let alone next year. I think next year is a max. Paul Auckland says, let's not forget Gal was always in the middle of all the hard shit. Cherry, not so much, but still champion. Oh, Gal was a tough player. Charged down from the Eels, and that will go to the sideline. Roosters ball at the 18. So it's just like, forget that set they just had, getting out of trouble. They're back in trouble, but they get a whole fresh set. Nice charge down there. That is a nice charge down there from the Kitiona Kartonga, I think it is. Kitiona Kartonga. Fiji and Bati. Oh no! And then the Roosters are going to knock the Roosters have just knocked the ball on, have they? The whistle's already been blown. Did the Roosters just knock this ball on first tackle? They did. Palga, he's had an awful game so far. An awful game so far. Yeah, he's just dropped the ball on first tackle. Yikes. Big yikes. Home of NRL says, poor Tigers' finals chance is gone by a gallon field goal. Yeah, no, I was there, mate. I was there in the Shark section, getting around it for mum. I'd swap DC for Tanner Boyd in a heartbeat. Send him back your way. What? Where did... Send him back your... No. Second tackle now for the Eels at the 15. No, that's not cricket. There's no takesy-backsies. We've got plenty. We've got so many halves right now, but it's not that they're unbelievable halves. But you know, Tanner's not exactly. There's no taxi backsies. So the Eels get a 6 again here. They're 10 metres away from the line. Mitchell Moses taken down 4 metres out. Chance to take the lead here. I don't think you should be swapping DCO for Tanner. Really, you're only getting a 1-2 year production. I don't think that he wins your comp. They go left Eels. So are you saying Metcalf's not good enough for you guys? Is this what you're saying right now? Third tackle at the 5. This is a switch up here. Oh, Eels crunch down at the 5. 4 tackle. Are you trying to say that the Metcalf's not good enough to win your comp, are you? That's what you're saying? You're saying Chess will be coming! Eels will come, though. That's a try. That is a try. Oh, they're going to check this, actually. They're going to check this, but this might be a try here for Bailey Simonson. Oh, they're saying that this ball might have been grounded on Tedesco's foot and lost. So Simonson up in the air and... Ooh, I don't know. The ball... The tackling action's cleared. The ball will come down short of the line, but it gets slid over. Here we go. Short. Yeah, it's short there. And then, oh, this is so close. I don't know what they're going to call here, but it's Casey Badger, so it's God bless us all. It's gone up as a no try, so you need clear evidence to say that this doesn't touch the sideline. Supporting the on-field decision. Yeah, it's unlucky here. So it's going to be a no try based on the on-field decision. It's an unlucky call, but it's fine because no matter what was called by the referee there, it would have been that. Yes, I am in Vietnam, Pray. I am in Vietnam until March 24th, and I'm off to the Philippines for about 5 weeks, and then I'm back to Vietnam for about a month, and then I'm off to Indonesia for a couple of months, and then I'm back to Vietnam, and Malaysia, Vietnam, Sri Lanka. We're all over the place. We just like last year, Titans will dominate against the Storm. I still can't believe the Titans didn't have any points scored against them. Clean sheet all season, beat that. Exactly right. We've never lost a game before, and last time we played the Storm, we beat them 70-0 and didn't concede a point all season last year. You know, brilliant stuff. That's what you get from Gold Coast teams, but that's what you get from the old Gold Coast Titans. Yeah, Titans don't have any games, unfortunately, this year in... Is that the Malaysian flag? Is that Malaysia? Seb? Good offload there. Navahu White, he's at the 35 and he'll push off and he'll now be taken down at the 30. Should play a game in Nam. Yeah, get a game here in Ho Chi Minh. Get the Titans playing in Ho Chi Minh to open 2027. High kick up in a not great area, but the Roosters making contestable. And Bailey Simonson's away here. Simonson brings it out to the 35. Taken down. Taken down. Yeah, it is. Fair enough. First tackle. They're talking about another lightning delay coming. That'll be it. That'd do us in. That would do us in. If there was another lightning delay for an hour. I wonder if they'd call the game off. If there was another lightning delay for an hour, I wonder if they'd call it out. Petition to bring NRL games to Thailand. There's plenty of support for rugby league in Thailand. Plenty. But I don't think you have any stadiums that are rugby league. Above like maybe 1,000 people. 6 again here for Parramatta, 33 metres away from the line. Yeah, I didn't have time for every country you're in. Would have took me 4 weeks to type. Why didn't you just put the current country of Vietnam, though, Seb? Why did you put Malaysia? Like, I've got Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia before I go to Malaysia. Why do you randomly select just Malaysia out of all of the countries? Third tackle at 20. And DeBellin, Ginobolo, forward pass from Parramatta. Solonu says banh mi and pho will be cheaper than the rip-off stadium food in Australia. Bro, banh mi here is like 50 cents. In Australia, if I want to go get a sandwich at Seabus Super Stadium at the Titans games, it's going to set you back like $12 to $15. Here, the equivalent would be like 50 to 80 cents. And I love banh mi. I could eat banh mi every day. Lately, I've been having pork and rice a lot, which I'm absolutely loving. And you get it for like... I get 200 grams of like pork, plus also a pork and rice. It's like 170,000 dong, which would be like $7, $8 or something like that. You get, and it's like heaps. It's like a whole bunch. It's awesome. But then you go to Australia, you go to a Seabus Super Stadium, and it's $15. You get one chip and like a half drinking mid-strength beer from Bucko down in the corner. He's had half the beer already, probably spatting as well. You get one chip, and that's probably about $25 all up. American. Fourth tackle at the halfway point. Nafahu wide for the Roosters. He'll get this ball to the 35 on fit tackle now. First account in my head, I don't keep track of your location. You switch my tracker off. And that's another knock-on from the Roosters. They're trying to emulate the Raiders today, who had about 4 million knock-ons. Cherry Evans with a mistake there for the Roosters. As if there was a lightning delay in Para. Fine weather everywhere else in Sydney. Yet again, maybe it's just the Para is shit. Yeah, thank you, Lagan. This game's not in Para. This game's in Gosford. Me waiting 15 minutes to break my fast, and I'm hearing this. Yeah, you get around a bit banh mi. Fuck, you can get for cheaper. You can get it for cheaper than banh mi sometimes. Second tackle now. Cheery playing like... Chez playing like Townsend at the moment. Could you imagine if they both finish off their careers similar? Nate Shark, bros, did you see the Sharks dominate the Raiders? Yeah, I did, but the Raiders didn't play Joe Tarpany. They didn't have K.O. Weeks. They didn't have Ethan Strange. They didn't have Matty Tomoko. They didn't have Josh Papali'i. They didn't have Ethan Sanders / Kobe Black. They played a weak team whilst the Sharks had their full-strength team in. So, like, that was fully expected. So, fourth tackle now at the 25. This is a preseason. So you don't need to spam O. And Jonah Pezzett will get that ball to Junior Bolo. It'll be fit tackle. 20 minutes gone into the first half, guys. 20 minutes to go. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Well, Australian Servo Pipe brand was sold at Las Vegas Grand Prix for 20... Oh, they got the offload away here, the Eels. It's fit tackle at the 15. Mitchell Moses dinks it through. And Lindsay Collins might be the greatest player of all time. First try today. And then he's playing fullback and he's grabbed the ball. Lindsay Collins could be a fullback at this rate. Could be a fullback. Could be a fullback. Bangkok Stadium will hold 50,000 humans like Suncorp. Yeah, but it's not a rugby league stadium. That's a penalty. Biffo, slap him! Slap him with an uppercut! Throw a headbutt! Slap him! Slap him! Slap him. As if you'd lose to a team that has all its players out. Yeah, you wouldn't do that, Robbo, as a Dragons fan. No, you'd never do that. That's definitely a high tackle. Wow. Jack Williams, well and truly high that. Oh, Bangkok Stadium is actually a good field. Oh, true. thought we were talking like a Muay Thai stadium, bro. It's actually a massive stadium. Oh, it'd be an awful game to watch rugby league in, though. That'd be an awful stadium to watch rugby league in unless you're on the side. If you're on the northern tip of that stadium, it would suck. I tell you guys, if you want to go Google what I'm talking about here, Bangkok Stadium. It's called Rajamangala National Stadium in Bangkok. It's football, obviously. You could make it rugby league. But if you're sitting on the northern side, you are dead set, like 100 metres from the field. Because it's more of an athletics place. Jaggers, was that Tottenham Stadium a couple of weeks ago? They charge £8 for a pint, having a laugh. Yep, that's what we're seeing in the Western countries. Third tackle over the Roosters at the 42. After that penalty got him out of trouble. And now Blake Steep to the 35 on 4 tackle. Usually booked out all the time as well. Yeah, it's a massive stadium, but like at the end of the day, you don't want to be sitting on that northern side. Fit tackle at the 20. Good little run here. They put that kick into the corner. Here's a chase. And here is a try for the Roosters. Tommy Talau gets up. Well, he didn't even need to get up. He just kind of waited for the ball to drop down to him. He catches it and he puts it over. Pretty poor defence there from the Eels on the kick. We saw the same thing with the Tigers last night in the first half. I was criticising it quite a bit in regards to their in-air defence. Oh, Tommy Talau did not get up really high to catch this ball. Kevin Walters, you serious? Hold on. Come on. Kevin Walters, you serious? He got off the ground by about this much. What game are we watching here, Kev? What game is Kevin Walters watching? He's only come off the ground by about this much. It's bad defence from the Eels in the air. Come on, Kev. He's up by that much, and you're saying he's well off the ground. Oh, maybe he's knocked this ball on. Surely he's got this. Hold on. No, he keeps that. He keeps that. Yeah, he keeps that. Hey, just maybe the bobble. But he's fine. Oh, Tommy also played for Manly. Yes, he did. Brenton. Jagger says, "Who's the prat with only hair at the back?" You talking about Junior Bolo? I think that's who he's talking about. He's talking about the really big guy for Parramatta. He's like number 10, I think. What's Junior? Yeah, Junior Bolo is number 10. Is that who you're talking about? Kevy said he jumped really high to get that ball. He literally went off the ground by about that much. Junior Bolo is actually a boxer as well, Jacko. He does a couple of those exhibition events as like a celebrity boxer. Everyone in rugby league has wanted to do it ever since Paul Gallen led the way. He's got the Kafusi style. Talau dad play with Matt Utai. God bless Matty Utai with what he's going through right now. But Talau dad play with Matty Utai. To be fair, Kevy is a small bloke. Yeah, but that was nowhere near like leaping off the ground. And they will miss the kick from the sideline. Sam Walker. I thought Sam Walker does not miss, Hainsey. I thought he doesn't miss. Well, I've just seen him miss. Never seen Tanner Boyd miss. Just seen him miss. I made him miss. Yeah, Jacko, search up the Felice Kafusi haircut. You'll love that one. That's a primetime haircut, That is a primetime haircut. Now, that's peak rugby league haircut, Felice Kafusi. Mate, Utah, my glorious king. What a player, man. But no, God bless him with everything that's going on. He's obviously going through a real tough time with what happened in Sydney the other day. The Eels now will kick this ball down into the corner, where it will be Nwanga Nitawase, and they'll bring the ball, Roosters, out to the 15. It's going to be first tackle. What I will do, I think, is really gauge at halftime how many Roosters and Eels players will play in the second half. Maybe I'll stream. I could still stream both games, but I wouldn't be focused on this Roosters one when that Titans one starts up in an hour's time. To be fair, how much would we miss? 16? Oh, they've lost the ball at the Roosters. The Eels are away. The Eels are going to score. Eels are... Oh my gosh, that is unbelievable defense from the Roosters. Who stopped that? That is actually incredible. Will Penasini... Oh no. How have they not got there? It is Will Penasini. He looks different. How has Will Penasini not scored this? He breaks away. He gets away from the ankle tap of Tommy Talau. Billy damn well Smith with one of the try savers of all time. That is incredible. Preseason, but wow, what a try saving tackle from Billy Smith to stop a guaranteed try for the Eels. Huge. Jason 144 watching. Hit the like button. Do your bit. Yeah, do your bit. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. We're live for every single game. Not reading you coming out, Michael, because I know what you're referring to. I don't think it's fair Tanner Boyd is only play with a 100% conversion rate. He should kick goals with a blindfold to make it fair on others. He should do that, but that's why he forfeits a couple of kicks. That's why he doesn't take all of his kicks, because it is unfair, Prey. It is. That's why if you see that they haven't gotten the 2-pointers, you're like, oh, okay, this is just Tanner being a good bloke again. It's just been Tanner being fair and a good bloke again, you know. So that's just what they do to try and keep it within reach. You know, otherwise we'd all lose the comp every year to Tanner Boyd because he just never misses. He just simply doesn't miss. He just simply doesn't miss. I might even get a shirt that says Tanner Boyd doesn't miss. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a shirt and put it on Redbubble, and I'm going to get it. Of Tanner Boyd does not miss. Didn't Tanner miss against the Seagulls? No, Logan, no way. No way. No, didn't see that. We live streamed it, trying to think of if there was a missed kick from Tanner Boyd. No, can't think of it right now. No. When players make efforts like that for a trials game, it's always a good sign. Yeah, it's a great... Well, Billy Smith is one of those guys that is really underrated, but still needs to have these performances in the trial games to solidify his spot. He's just one of those guys that are just super underrated. I don't know why. With DC wearing the 6 and Sam Walker at the 7 for the Roosters this year, are we looking at a genuine partnership or a power struggle? Also, they are both naturally right-side dominant players. Cherry Evans better not be doing shit in regards to coming in and trying to get the power of this team. He's there for a maximum of 2 years, 1 year currently, but he might choose to play with the second year. There's no way you come in and try and have a power struggle of Cherry thinking that he's the big man. No, Sam Walker is the big man at this club. Cherry Evans is meant to facilitate that. Cherry Evans is the 6 for a reason. If they wanted Cherry Evans to be the power man at this club and the direction leader, you would have put him in the 7, you would have put Sam Walker to the 6, and you would have said, Sam, you learn from him more, you grow your experience more, and take after what Ches does. But that's not what they've done. They've said, Sam Walker 7, we know you're our 7. Cherry Evans, you've been a great 7 throughout history for Manly and Queensland and Australia, but you're now 6. So the Roosters are saying, listen, this is not the go. Sam Walker is their key man. There's no power struggle. There shouldn't be a power struggle. And if there is a power struggle, I would be dropping Cherry Evans because he's not going to be there for long. You don't want to kill this team. So the Roosters will keep this ball to the Eels at the 10. But again, I don't think that Cherry Evans is trying to go into a power struggle. I'm just replying to a comment here. Dad's mate says, might be getting mixed up with Shannon Boyd, Lagan. Yeah, I think he might be, yeah. The game should do a weather report before the game starts. The game should do a weather report before the game starts? What? Cherry Evans is the what James Maloney was for Cleary. Cherry Evans is what James Maloney was for Cleary. Oh, that's a forward pass. That's a forward pass. Oh, the Eels are going to score. That was 1,000,000% forward. Moses is going to score out of the pose. That was 1,000,000% forward. I want to have a look at this one again. If this is backwards, or if this is flat, it's a beautiful pass, but I'm pretty certain this is a mile forward. TC's too old for power. I want to look at this again. Here we go. And can we get a close-up of that? I can understand why the referees might not have seen it, because it was very fast and very short. Oh, it probably is actually okay. It probably is okay looking back at it again. It's a good try. It probably is okay, but it's close. His arms are going... Look, to be fair, his arms are going backwards, so it is a try. It's about to be 12-10 Eels. 11.5 minutes to go here of the first half. I'm pretty sure the game should a weather report before the game begins. Yeah, but what are you suggesting here, Lepet? Like, what are you suggesting? What's your point that you're making? Okay, I'm going to read between the lines of what you're saying here and say that you're suggesting that there should be a weather report before every game. But what are you asking for? Like, what are you actually like wanting out of that? 10 minutes to go in the first half here. Hit that like button and subscribe. Like, what is your point you're making here? Kev says, nice short pass. Wasn't it? It was flat at best. Here we go. This angle will show it. This angle will show it. Oh, that looked forward to mine. It did. No, it does look forward, man. That angle just then definitely looked like it was forward. Oh, I've been up and down, though. So, again, I get why the referees didn't get that call. But that angle there showed it probably was forward. But 10 minutes to go. Hit that like button and subscribe. If you are new around here, 50 minutes until the Titans versus the Storm gets underway. It was forward. We have these crazy things called a weather app for that. Yeah, I don't understand what they're trying to suggest. Like, what are they wanting from it? Like, what is it going to do? Okay, but you can just Google the weather report. Yeah. Like, why are you asking me to provide you a weather report? Or are you... I don't know what the suggestion here is actually for. Full tackle here for the Eels. Do you think this is BKR weather or something? Do you think we cover the tornado alley amount of tornadoes that are happening in the Midwest America? Like, I don't understand the point of this. And Nwanganitawase, he'll bring this ball to the 25 on first tackle. 10 minutes left of the first half. I'm not based in Antarctica. I can't give you the cyclone warning. Actually, question. Is it a cyclone in Antarctica? Is it a cyclone? Because it's a cyclone in our part of the world, the Pacific. It's classed as a typhoon in Asia, which is the same thing. And then it's classed as a hurricane in America. But they're all the same thing. They're just different names. That's going to go backwards here. That's going to be actually a 6 again. That's a 6 again. The Roosters are away. Billy Smith. 13 metres away. This is 6 again. Oh, and then he's lost the ball. You are kidding. That was such a good run. They had a 6 again, and there we go. Robert says, yeah, Blaze, you should have called the NRL and told them that the app of weather says it might have lightning around. I should have done it. To be fair, it is my fault. Anthony Milford as well, but definitely my fault too. Oh, Billy Smith, that would have been... Roosters would have scored for sure, to be fair. They would have scored for sure. The Eels were dumb for numbers. So either way, bing bong. What do you think of the new State of Origin rules? We kind of spoke about this already. A New Zealand State of Origin game and also the new proposed global... Brother, you can ask me one question, man. You've just asked me literally the whole world. You've asked me every single question known to man. The meaning of life, I don't know the meaning of life, man. You just asked me all 3 questions. Space them out, bro. Give me one question now, give me one question after, and give me another question after that. Don't agree with the Origin rules, but it is what it is. Don't agree with New Zealand getting Origin, but it also is what it is and takes the neutrality into effect. And what's the other question of the 14 million that I received? The new proposed global round. Yeah, I love it. I look forward to seeing that in 2027. Forward tackle if it goes ahead. But as a Titans fan, we're probably going to be in Vegas, so it doesn't really matter. Eels are away here. Eels, great offload. Eels away. Taken down to the 25. Is that Talon Silver? And he's lost the ball. Fantastic run. It was Talon Silver, and he loses the ball. Spencer Leniu with a good hit. Robert said it'd be a cyclone in Antarctica because cyclones and hurricanes spin opposite ways. Is it? It is. They spin opposite ways. That's the only difference, right? We have this conversation all the time. I found this out last year when I was doing some research for a BKR travel video. Is it hurricanes or typhoons that spin the opposite way, or is it typhoons, cyclones that spin the same way, but hurricanes spin the opposite way? And that's the only difference. Look, it's this team again. Yuck. Luke, you're a Dragons fan, man. I don't think that yuck should be coming out of your mouth right now in regards to any team until you guys can go and beat someone in the regular season, because that last week was very yuck between the Dragons and the Rabbitohs in the Charity Shield match. Third tackle if the Roosters at the halfway point. Don't think the Arctic Circles get cyclones, hurricanes, do they? I don't know. It's a great question. This is turning into the Weather Channel that we were all promised. Promised 1,000 years ago. So 4 tackle. Now Billy Smith on fit tackle at the 43. It's been opposite ways, southern hemisphere and northern. It's hurricane north and cyclone south. Not necessarily. There's also typhoons. It's also typhoons. Don't forget typhoons. Actually, you get typhoons. I don't know if Thailand does it. Does Thailand get typhoons? Surely it does. Surely there would be. I don't know. Surely you would get some of the typhoons that the Philippines and Vietnam and all that kind of do. Second tackle. And they'll be... Shut up, Mitchell. At the 15, second tackle. Full-time story. This is hurricanes and tropical cyclones, and no, Antarctica doesn't get hurricanes, only cyclone. Mars spins opposite to all other planets now. Okay, well, now we're just getting into a space technological damn world class here. What are we doing? We're going from weather to now talking about Mars spinning the opposite direction. Soon we're going to start talking about Palakadak. That's out in the full again from the Eels. That's twice a day. Twice a day. Thailand gets monsoon rains. Yeah, like India and whatnot. I don't think they get the equivalent of a cyclone / typhoon / hurricane, do they? I don't think India does too. They just get the monsoon rains. Ask Lepet. He's all about the weather. What's the weather tomorrow? The weather tomorrow, Brenton, it's called Google o'clock. It's a phenomenon. It's an absolute phenomenal day of weather tomorrow. The phenomenon of the weather is Google-a-thon. Second tackle. Oh, wait. Storm and Titans have delayed. Yes! Guys, the Storm Titans has been delayed, so we will get to watch the entirety of this game. And it won't finish, and then the Titans and Storm won't play until the end of this game. Sam Walker will score a try out of the post. Sammy Walker will score a try out of the post, and it is going to be 14-12 with a kick to come. Well, there you go, guys. We will be live for this entirety of the game because apparently, because the Titans are the nicest club in existence and might be just the greatest team of all time, they have convinced the Storm, who were trying to be cucks about it all, like they were trying to really prevent it, but the Titans said, listen, we're the daddy here, we're the big dog club, you're going to do as we say, we own you. And Storm said, okay, daddy, no worries, we're going to delay the game so that you can play the Roosters Paris. So if you're a Roosters Eels fan, you should be very grateful for the Titans for us doing that with the Storm. Sam Walker capable of being a top 5 half, yes. So it's going to be a try time for Sam Walker. 14-12, kick to come. It should be 16-12 any moment now. At least Dragons not cheat. What? What is least Dragons not cheat? What are you talking about, Merger? What are you doing? What's happening here? Who are you calling cheats? I don't understand some of the comments that get made. What do you mean least Dragons not cheat? Okay, well, it's good that you do the bare minimum. What do you want me? What is the point of the comment? Thank you, Father Gold Coast. Exactly right, Nacho. What's the point of that comment? Who are you even referring to? Nam will get the typhoon. When it gets to Thailand, it's monsoon rain. Well, there you go. And there it is. 16-12 with 3 minutes to go of the first half. Storm wanted to forfeit, but Tanha negotiated. Tanha? Are you saying Tanha? As in Tanner Boyd, who plays the Warriors? Robert says, since there's a team called the Storm playing, should all their games be delayed in case of lightning? I think that we should just fault the club, yeah. No, I agree with that. Robert? Logan says, Lukey, Yaz held a barbecue when you weren't meant to, you absolute muppet. To be fair, you did have a pretty dodgy barbecue. The Dragons aren't exactly squeaky clean. Yeah, well, at least I'm not wearing a blue shirt type of comment. Well, you're exactly right. You know, it's a bit of a bare minimum. I'm glad and grateful that you haven't cheated like the Melbourne Storm, but okay. Thanks for letting us know. Roosters cheat. Roosters cheat, do they? Well, why don't you give me a little bit of an update on how the Roosters cheat? Yeah, why don't you, Lukey? I'm looking forward to this one. I'm excited, actually. I'm actually excited to hear you explain to me how the Roosters cheat. I'm looking forward to it. So the Roosters now be 45 metres out, and they'll get a penalty. Brian Kelly on the field, and he gives away a penalty. Get around the BK. Weekend at Vorney's is legendary. One of the greatest weekends of all time. We're all just jealous we weren't there. I will insult the Dragons, Nate, on the basis that I wasn't invited to the barbecue with Vorney. I wasn't able to hide under the bed like Lomax was, you know? Give me the opportunity. Oh, no, Jacko. He's made a mistake. Mitchell's picked it up. Oh, Jacko, there's only one S in Storm, mate. Yeah, did you know this rule on the channel? Because even referring to it gets you a timeout for 5 minutes. Oh, Jacko, you're learning today, mate. Sam Walker to Tedesco. It's your fault, though. Even if you refer to it, you get done over. Roosters sign everyone. And then Sol Olney said Storm favourite next game with an S at the end of it. There's only one S in Storm, ladies and gentlemen. One S in Storm. Third tackle for the Roosters. They're 20 metres out. Spencer Leniu. Can they score before half time? They go short. 6 again. Sam Walker. Angus Crichton. That's a TRY. Bang, bang. Try time. Angus Crichton with the bing bong. Try time. 20-12 with a kick to come. And the Chooksters. They will go slap. Signing everyone is cheating. Nah, it's beautiful stuff. Just signing everyone isn't cheating. Just a little bit of an FYI there, yeah. That's a great quick pass into Crichton. Very good quick pass. Who passes this? Was it Sam Walker? No, Sam Walker. Yeah, it was. It was Sam Walker. Sam has been playing phenomenally here. Sam has been playing phenomenally. He looks good. And that is a fantastic line from Angus Crichton. Gerard says, I thought I heard it all by Eels. Second, now this is horrible. Comments keep coming. Well, it is Super Saturday, mate. This is where you get the super duper comments. This is where you get the super duper, super interesting comments from people who don't know really what they're talking about. Wait, Storm Titans game, yeah, will start in, I think, about an hour's time is what they're saying. As long as the Storm doesn't return. If we got more lightning, then... Yeah, DC hasn't done much, but he's not meant to be the leader here, bro. And Sam Walker will get the kick. So, half-time, full-strength teams. And the Roosters will lead 22-12. Sam Walker, he was really, really good in that first half. Let's go have a brief skim over the stats because it won't mean anything for the second half of this game. It just simply won't mean anything. The only thing to keep an eye on right now is the fact that the Eels, they're looking like they can't win the preseason championship. And now, you're going to love this when I say this. You're going to love what I'm about to say. The only two teams that can win the preseason is either the Tigers or the Titans. There is only two teams that can now win the pre-season premiership. And it's either the Tigers or the Gold Coast Titans. What a turn of events. What an absolute turn of events we've got here, lads. What an absolute shit show. Can you believe it? Everyone talking about Broncos this and Roosters that and Panthers this and Bulldogs that. You got Tigers and Titans as the only two teams who can win this premiership from here in the preseason. That'll do me. Who would have ever thought that? Top two preseason ever, and it's not number two. Exactly right, Mitchell. It's going to go down as the greatest of all time. It's unbelievable. Who would have ever thought? Oh, man. Is the Gold Coast Stadium called Sunshine Coast Stadium now, or what are the commentators going on about? No, the game is a Storm home game because the Sunshine Coast Falcons are a Queensland Cup team, and the Storm feeder club is the Sunshine Coast Falcons. Sunshine Coast is an hour north of Brisbane, and Gold Coast is an hour south of Brisbane, right? So Sunshine Coast is a completely different place. It's called Sunshine Coast Stadium, and it's a Storm home game. And for the preseason grand final, Tigers versus Titans in Vegas. Well, they're two teams that haven't featured in Vegas yet. We'll maybe see them next year. I do believe it's going to be Titans versus the Dolphins. But with that being said, there's 5 teams that haven't been there yet. Perth Bears, not the Perth Bears. 6 teams haven't been there yet with the Bears. There are 5 teams are the Melbourne Storm, the Gold Coast Titans, the Redcliffe Dolphins, the Parramatta Eels, and the West Tigers. They're the 5 teams that haven't been there yet. Perth Bears will go over in 2028. And then it's the team that misses out in 2027 from the team that misses out from those 5 teams I just mentioned. Won't be able to play until 2028. Lucky Dragons not play. Yeah, no, we are lucky the Dragons didn't play here today, Luke, because the Dragons made us sick last week. They made us sick. They lost with a full-strength team to a C, D, maybe even damn well E Rabbitohs team, and you lost by a big margin of Charity Shield match. So, yes, we are lucky. I think it will be Titans Dolphins Prey. I've heard this for about 3 years now. 2 years now, sorry, is what I should say. I've heard it for about 2 years now that Titans, when they go over, will probably play the Dolphins. But in regards to the halftime stats here, for people who want to know, try time for the Eels has been Josh Adokar, Mitchell Moses. For the Roosters was Lindsay Collins, Tommy Talau, Sam Walker, and Angus Crichton. So the Roosters need one more try for a bonus point. Eels need 3 more tries for a bonus point. And then we go to line breaks. The Eels have got 4. The Roosters have got 3. So the Roosters need 2 more line breaks for a bonus point. Eels just need 1 more line break for a bonus point. And then offloads, Eels 6. Roosters with 3. So the Roosters need 7 more offloads for a bonus point. The Eels need 4 more offloads for a bonus point. So if the Eels actually came back to win this game, they would win the preseason. So, sorry, I've got to clarify here. It makes it even worse. There's only 3 teams that can win the preseason right now. The West Tigers, the Gold Coast Titans, and the Parramatta Eels. What a trifecta. That is an unbelievable trifecta. That might be the greatest trifecta of teams you expected to win the comp of all time. Of all time. Of all time. The black jersey Broncos had for Vegas was one of the best in the NRL. Didn't they play with that in the Super League yesterday, the World Cup Challenge yesterday? Didn't they do that? I think I have to delay that Titans game. Hold on. I think I've got to put it to about... Hold on, I've got to fix this. I've got to fix it. Hold on. Let me go and adjust this Titans Storm stream because it's meant to start in about 15 minutes. But obviously we haven't even got the second half here. We haven't even got the second half of this game. Sweet and Sour says Tigers, huh? The Tigers right now are in the box seat to win the whole damn well preseason. They're in the box seat. They're the ones who are probably going to win this preseason. Parramatta need to come back and win. If they come back and win, they will get the job done here. Maybe I'll put it as 4:45 start my time, which would be 7:45 local. Maybe they go 7:50 to be fair. That would have been perfect. 8:50 for you guys in New South Wales. There we go. Get with the time, Sweet and Sour Lemons. Exactly right. Get with the time, Sweet and Sour. Get with the times. Okay, so Storm versus Titans has been pushed back because apparently they are delaying their game. Beautiful, mate. Beautiful. Beautiful. Seb Watson says, is there a preseason trophy? Yeah, but the Titans are going to win both the preseason and the grand final, the regular season and finals, right? So, we're just going to give them the keys to Australia at that point, I reckon. Just give them the keys to Australia. Forget the trophy. Just give us the keys to Australia, and then it's just as simple as that, really. Would anyone disagree with that? If you do, you're wrong. You're wrong at this point. It's just silly. Still have time here. Other key stats, I guess, you can take note of. We've seen a measly 23 and a half minutes of footy in this game. Not great. 58% completion rate for the Eels, 10 from 17. Not good. 77% for the Roosters, 7 from 22. It's okay. It's under 80% though. Run metres, 120 metres behind the 10 metres on average per run for the Roosters. And for the Eels, they're about 50 metres behind it. So the Eels are actually doing a little bit better with the ball when they've got it. They're actually averaging set distance of 6 metres more, 42.72 compared to 36.35. Play the ball speeds average and slow for both these two teams. And then we go to a defence, effective tackle percentage. Roosters, no good. 80.92%. 18 missed tackles is more than the average of 15 and 17. And ineffective tackles is way more at 15. That's about, 8 more than what the highest the average is at 5 to 7. And then at least for the Eels, 91.28%, 10 missed tackles, 7 ineffective. So they're on the average of ineffective. And the missed tackles is about 5 underneath the The lowest of the averages there, 15 to 17. So Eels doing very good defensively, but the errors, 7 errors for them, 5 errors for the Roosters. 7 errors is awful. 7 and above is just horrific, and 4 to 6 is the average, and the Roosters are right in the middle of that. But at the end of the day, the Roosters just been the better team. That's the stats at half time. Actually, will they have updated what time this Titans versus Storm game is going to start? No, they haven't updated it yet. They haven't updated on the NRL.com. Maybe Twitter will have it. Titans win the treble. They're winning everything. They might even win the Premier League, to be fair. Titans might actually just come out of nowhere and win everything. Everything. NFL, baseball, World Series, whatever you want, they got it. Storm, Titans. Surely there'll be an update. Sky showing every preseason match except for Storm vs Titans. Oh, true. Well, there you go. So apparently Sky is not showing the Storm vs Titans game after this. Expert says Titans will be hard lock it in. Already did. You just didn't see it, mate. It was behind closed doors because we didn't want to embarrass them. Rugby League Therapy Podcast says Titans are going to win the T20 World Cup. They've already done it. You just haven't seen it yet. It was behind closed doors. Sebs has just said they were going straight after this game finishes. Okay, fair enough. Melbourne Cup. Back it in. Back it in. But no, that is the game right after this. NRL just posted about a finals ready. What? I don't know what they're talking about. Someone's just insulted the NRL for some reason on Twitter, but forget that. Did any American athlete get signed during the NRL Combine in Vegas? I don't think so. I think there was a couple that were looked at, but I don't think there was anyone that was actually like pure was signed and will play. I don't think there was anyone who was signed. I'll Google it. Did any American player get signed from the rugby, the NRL Combine in Vegas? Isn't there another one now? Or are you talking about one from this year? Vegas Combine winners set to make their mark in NRL. That was last year. That was on March 2. So that's not until next week. So we don't know what this year's one is. Oh, okay. No, 3 days ago. Here we go. 3 days ago, Las Vegas Combine winner Marcus Diacre has set his sights on an NRL debut as he looks to inspire emerging American and Canadian athletes. Apparently the Raiders are signing him. Maybe. Hold on. Las Vegas Combine winner. Outside back signed with the Knights after winning last year's Combine and went on to make his New South Wales Cup debut towards the end of the 2025 season. Diacre will return to Las Vegas next week as a member of Newcastle's touring squad after a whirlwind 12 months that saw him move across the world and take up a new sport. Having taken the first steps in his dream of playing in the NRL, Diacre is eager for more Americans and Canadians to take a leap of faith and pursue a career in rugby league. Well, it's a good start. Would be electrifying to play in the NRL. That's everybody's dream, play professional football. It's one of my goals since I learned how to talk playing professional football. Doing it in my dad's home country, it would mean a lot to me and my family to play here. So basically, he's an Aussie, but he's American. He's probably born in America, but his dad's from Australia. Dad's a good bloke, obviously. Organisations partnered with National Collegiate Rugby for next week's Las Vegas Nines tournament with some of the nation's top emerging male and female rugby union players to try their hand at rugby league. I think that's on like Thursday, Friday and Saturday. I didn't do it last year when I was there, but I arrived on the Thursday and the game was on the Saturday. The games were on the Saturday there. It's a great day. Guys, if you can get to Vegas, get to Vegas. It's a good time. Dave, still love watching the Eels win the match in the second half, but I guess DC won't disappoint with the new jumper. DC's not been too great in this first half. But just Titans were so dominant they had to be left out of the Australian Open. So inspirational. Exactly right. Exactly right. You get it. You know, you're a Tigers fan. You don't get much, but you're starting to get it because you're at the top of the table right now. So, okay, second half has started, guys. Roosters kick it off to the Eels. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. The Titan Storm game has been delayed until after this one because of the lightning delay. So, we've still got plenty of action to come from this one. But don't expect full-strength teams from the second half. Don't expect it. There was also one that signed for a Q Cup team, I think, with no NRL contract. Really? Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure that the combine probably is on Friday or Thursday next week, maybe. Dylan Walker is down here. He's claiming, I think, that he's been hit across the ear. I don't know. What's happening? He's still going at his ear. I don't think he's faking this. I just think he's wondering what's happening with his ear right now. Fourth tackle at 35. Oh, surely he wasn't trying to fake that because the arm kind of hit the upwards here of his chest. And is this a clavicle? Is that what it's called? I was going to say this yesterday. What's this called? Is that what the clavicle or whatever is? Can some doctor in the chat let us know? What actually is that? I don't know why my brain keeps thinking clavicle. Keanu Kenny, mystery spin. Keanu Kenny is no mystery. He is the GOAT. Second tackle now for the Roosters at 25. $100 on Titans or Tigers win the preseason would have got you a good payout. Would have given you a massive payout. But then again, the Eels are only down by 10 here. If they score 3 tries and win this game, they will win the preseason. Oh, that's a high tackle. How have you not called that as a high tackle? Yes, Nesco's complaining about that. I don't know how he's not called that as a high tackle. Connor Watson now gets slammed at the 50 on fit tackle. Cervix? You're an idiot. Isn't that the cervix? You're unbelievable. You are unbelievable. You are unbelievable. Eels now bring this ball to the 20. Yeah, you're going to go back to your home place. Welcome home, Logan. Welcome home. Second tackle. Waiting for the Waco, right arm medium swing bowler. He's going to come in charging like an absolute steam train. That would be terrifying. Where is the clavicle? I'm going to Google this. Third tackle at 30. Clavicle. Clavicle. Oh, so it is the clavicle. I was right. Mate, I'm flying. That is the clavicle. Mate, how good me? I should be a doctor. How good me? It shouldn't be an English student. How good me? How should be an English teacher, as I should say. Definitely don't be a teacher now. I thought I was a student. Eels at the 30. They'll kick this ball across. Yeah, it is a clavicle. And Roosters will bring it out to the 5, number 23 here. You can already see they're putting out their youngsters in this second half. You can already see it. 23 is Tom Rodwell. Ava says, hi, I'm from Pakistan. Well, we'll see tonight for Pakistan versus New Zealand. We're not talking about cricket on this stream or the next one, but we will be live for Pakistan versus New Zealand, the T20 World Cup later on tonight. Those two main bones that run around your neck. Yeah, but this here is called the clavicle. I just Googled it. That's what I was referring to. Fit tackle at the 40. And it'll be 15 metres out. Isaiah Yongi brings it back into the 25 to the 30. First pint of the day at 8:45. That's how it's done. It's exactly how it's done. Should meet up with Olivia. Olivia's up there in Manchester right now. Look at what reading Rat Boy's comments does to a bloke. Absolutely. Reading that. Well, to be fair, he was hidden many years ago, but he's obviously created another account. I still don't know if Jay remembers who we're talking about. I know you remembered Mitchell, but I don't know if Jay remembers who that guy is. I was going to say, your chat had to be behind. So, yeah. Anyway, Eels will get this ball to the 30 on fit tackle. Jay's usually pretty good. He might know. But I asked him yesterday. He didn't respond. But I'm sure he would remember him. And it will be Roosters ball at the 13, first tackle. Kelly says, where you at, mate? Can I ask? I am in Vietnam. Vietnam. Second tackle at the 20. And now the Roosters bring it out to the 30 on third tackle. 35 minutes to go here in this game. Vietnam. Yeah, Emilio's in the state. Emilio's in New York right now. I don't remember him being a flog. He was the guy that when the Dragons conceded 50 points to the Roosters, he was complaining. What was he complaining about, Mitchell? Wasn't he blaming the refs or something? Like heavy in a game that there was no controversy at all and the Roosters won by 50? So the Eels now, they'll be at the 10 and Isaiah Yongi's going to bring it to the 25. Good run by Yongi. Jay remembers everyone. Dementia is afraid of Jay. Dementia's terrified. How many of the Eels starters are playing right now? That's Joash Papali'i, Talon Da Silva. There'll be Sean Russell, so he's a starter. They've also got Jonah Pezzett still out there. Is Moses? I don't think so. I don't think Moses is there. I don't think Moses is on the field right now. That's going to be Isaiah Yongi at the back. Penasini's away here. He steps, still going. He goes off all the way to Isaiah Yongi, and Yongi's 10 metres out from the line. Third tackle. And they'll get it across to Dylan Walker. Walker, Peasant, Eels. No, 14 metres out. He's just upset we didn't take the 2. I think they lost by like 50 and he just blew up. Like, he started insulting people in the chat and going crazy, insulting me, literally everyone, because he thought his team was robbed, and it's like, there was nothing to do with the referee. He just started getting absolutely out of control. And they'll kick that ball through. Chance for the Eels. No, Tedesco too good. At least Tedesco's still on the field for the Roosters. Tedesco will clean that one up, and it's going to be a dropout. At least it's a good kick there from Mayongi anyway. Good kick. $33 minutes to go here in the game. This is the first dropout of this game too. I really thought Melbourne would have kept Peasant, looked like a Munster clone. Yeah, I don't know about that. They'll find. They'll get their next guy. So the Eels will bring it to the 30 on first tackle. They score 3 tries. And just a couple more line breaks. And just a couple more offloads. And you do win the preseason, Eels. Provided the Titans don't win by about 100. Yes, Mark Nwangatuwase is playing. It's an interesting attempt, Snixar, at spelling his name. But at least I got it. Nwangatuwase. That is a very interesting attempt. You tried your best. I'll give you that. You tried your best. Full tackle at the 20. And they go to Dylan Walker. And Walker will be 10 metres out now. Tedesco is like the liquid metal man. No chance of injury. You just can't break him. He's just so good. Eels 10 metres out. Peasant kicks it across. But that's straight at the hand of the Roosters. Cherry Evans. And Cherry Evans just grabs it out of the air. Roosters with the ball. 20 metres out. Second tackle. No, first tackle still Cherry Evans. I haven't seen him at all. This is the first time I've actually seen him in this game today. They'll get a penalty. Marky back to rugby next year. He is, but he might only be going for a short time because he just wants to play the World Cup. It's the same thing with like Angus Crichton. Rugby League Therapy says, I have a theory Leeds Rhinos body swapped Parramatta Eels. I don't even know what that means. Wagga Nita, what are you talking about, Lagan? Roosters will be 43 metres away from the line, first tackle. Jacker says, why are Leeds always mentioned? I don't understand what happened with Leeds. But then again, Leeds, probably amongst Australians, is the most famous Super League club. I don't know why, but they are. Roosters will be taken down to the 22. I don't know why, but Leeds Runners probably are the most famous club in Australia, and NRL fans. Australian fans don't give a shit about the Super League, but if they were to bring up a team, it'd probably be Wigan, St Helens, or Leeds. And knock on from Angus Crichton. Knock on. Okay, I think we can probably do away with Lukey. He's not adding to the conversation, and he's just being a dribbler. Yep, Jay did that before he probably even heard me say it. Leeds and Para, same colours. I think they are, yeah. I think they are. So 30 minutes to go here at the game, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Don't forget, if you are a Roosters fan or an Eels fan or just a fan of any NRL team, we do have all the fan-inspired merchandise. You got the Roosters Proud Latte Sipper in the description. Plus, also you got the We Know the Weight for the Eels. But every team has something in the description, so you can go check it out. Eels now beat the 15. Been pumping the bucket hats lately. Bucket hats been selling like crazy. Second tackle here for the Eels, and they're going to be 18 metres away. Bradford Bulls is pretty known. Nah, 15, 20 years ago, sure, but I don't think anyone really thinks about Bradford Bulls anymore. Leeds Rhinos will always have a big name. Bradford Bulls, you're only thinking of that because, like, they were good at one stage, but realistically you're thinking of that because of Rugby League Live. I would say, because they were huge on Rugby League Live when it first came out. That's going to be thrown back to the 30. They'll lose about 10 metres. It'll be fit tackle with the Eels their own 25. Leeds, Halifax, or Huddersfield, Rugby League cities. Don't think many people will know Halifax. Huddersfield, Giants. I don't think many of the casual Rugby League fans will know them, but casual Rugby League fans will know Leeds and will probably know Wigan. London Broncos also is a name that a lot of people would know. But that's mainly because their name is similar to a big club in Australia in the Brisbane Broncos. So second tackle of the Roosters, and they're going to be at the 35. Angus Crichton will cut this inside, 30 metres out, good offload. Nafahu White, he'll bring it to the 25, now to the 20 on third tackle. No one's going to talk about Sheffield. Lee Leopards. Also, no one's going to know who the hell Lee Leopards are. And also, no one's going to know anything about that Newcastle team that got 110 points put past them. Oh, that's a bad knock on from Big Spency Lenu. Big Spency. Oh, no. Spency. Oh, Spency. Big man, drop the ball. Tedesco is off the field. He will not play for the rest of this game. Castleford Giants. No one's going to know Castleford. Lee Centurions rebranded to Lee Leopards. Yeah, people wouldn't have known Lee Centurions either, to be fair though, mate. Great old school rugby league movie called This Sporting Life. Heard of it, haven't seen it. Second tackle. 28 minutes to go here in the game. And the Eels are going to bring this ball out here to the 40. Third tackle. Eels at the back, Jonah Pezzett. Here we go. Eels through. They're through. Kitone Katonga. He's away. The 35, the 30, the 25, the 20. Great defensive tackle by Angus Crichton. Locked up Katonga before he could get over the line, but there's a line break, so they'll probably have gotten their bonus points, I think. Eels, they lose the ball backwards, and I think that's a knock-on for the Roosters. It's going to be a penalty here to the Eels. For a strip, I think it is. A penalty. Teddy injured arresting him, just came back. Oh, they'd just be taking him off, mate. It's a preseason game. This is about the time you'd see them all coming out. So there's a challenge here from the Roosters. The Roosters believe, Sam Walker believes he didn't strip this ball. So Junior Bolo, I think he's trying to offload this ball, to be fair. Sam Walker's just got his arm around the ball. There's no strip there. But then who knocks on here? Is it a knock on here? I don't think he touches that. I don't think Sam Walker touched that. This is going to be a successful challenge, but who gets the ball? Oh, yeah, when does the referee blow the whistle? Does he touch this? No, he doesn't touch that ball. Exactly right, Gregory. All I care about in trials is no injuries. And also the Titans win the comp. So it's going to be replayed the last tackle here for the Eels. And I think the Eels will take that. The man says hello. Get around you, the man. Alright, challenge successful. So it won't be a penalty. And it will come from the previous play of the ball. So I wonder if they're going to play Titan Storm literally as it starts, or if they're going to take it at 7:30, well, in half an hour. Probably will be just straight away. They might probably get him out on the field as the final minutes are wrapping up here. It's a Pommy movie. You should check it out, mate. Great nostalgic movie about the old school league and coal miners industry. Did you know that in Germany, this is a fun fact for you, the Nazis actually banned rugby league and made it completely legal? Do you know that? And then, oh no, sorry, I think it might have been France. It's either Germany or France, but it was when France was under Germany leadership at one point. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was France, and rugby league was growing massive. It was, because that was way big before rugby union. And then because I think the Nazis or whatever it was could impact and influence rugby union more and funnel more money through it or whatever, rugby union became the most popular sport in France. Not football, sorry, but the most popular rugby format, because rugby league was actually banned. Because that's why you can see France were a very good team back in like the 50s and the 40s and the 30s and whatnot. But I think it was the 40s and 30s and 20s. But they were a very good rugby league team, and they just didn't kick on. And now you know the state of rugby league, and union's massive in France. So it's interesting. Probably France, mate, but no, I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah, it was France, but it was when the Germans, I think it was under the German leadership around in the 40s. I found this out the other day. Nikki says, I'd like to see some kids from Ukraine come over. They love their footy. Well, I'd like to see them play for Ukraine, yeah. I'd like to see them get into rugby league in Ukraine, provided they can. So second tackle here at the 15. And now third tackle, 10 metres out. 25 minutes to go here at the game. Jonah Pezzett will be signing of the year. Book it. He's not a signing, though. He's a loan. Smithster, brother. Smithster, brother. That's a knock on if Angus Crichton. Smithster, he's not a signing. He is a loan. He's only there for a year. He's off to the Broncos next year. Joseph Smithster with another ordinary take. Smithster, please research before you get involved in these takes. Before you drop these takes, research, please. Please research. He's just on loan here, brother. Emily says, and people think the Eels will win the comp. It's only bloody entertain ours. So Crichton's challenging this. And he'll come down. I think that's actually not going to be a knock on. His hand's still underneath the ball here. That looked to me like that's a knock on. But it's a yucky call here. I don't know what they call it. I would assume it's a knock on, to be fair. But then again, his arm is under the ball too. It's an awkward one to call. His hand hasn't left the ball, but there's like a little bubble that it may look like it does. Maybe she goes with the on-field call. Looking at his grip here on the ball. Yeah, his hand comes off the ball. So what have they said that it's successful? No, it's unsuccessful. So his hand comes off the ball, his grip comes off the ball, even though the ball is on his arm, you can see like a little bit of movement. And because it's on the grass and his arm, they're saying that he doesn't have any control of it, that's a knock on. So fair enough. They love Cleary. Coach is a mad Queenslander, unfortunately. That's the Kiev Rhinos. Oh, is there actually like some rugby league in Ukraine? Is there actually a team, the UK, the Kiev Rhinos? Get around the Kiev Rhinos. Fire up. Fire up in Kiev for the Rhinos. Russia has a rugby league team. Russia does have a rugby league team. Most countries do have a rugby league team. It's just debatable how good they are. But most countries have a rugby league team. Brazil has a rugby league team. Puerto Rico has a rugby league team. Jersey has a cricket team. That should tell you everything you need to know. They can make a World Cup. Jersey is effectively a sovereign state of England, but yet Jersey could play a cricket World Cup. That's the state. Is Andrew Feeder going to fold entertain us tomorrow? I hope so. I hope so, Emily. I hope so. Oh, now I recognise who this is. How did Dragons go last week, by the way? A bit tackling to the Eels, the halfway point. But Hayden is a cat. He is a cat, that bloke, entertain us. Second half doesn't really mean much, but with that being said, the first half was 22-12. Poor Hayden commenting here from me and others, but it's warranted. Oh, he knows who Emily is. Hayden knows who that is commenting in the chat. Dre says, where will Pezzett play in 2027? 14 or starting 7 for the Broncos? Probably starting 7, if it's true that Reynolds is last year this year. Roosters' second tackle. They're 45 metres away from the Eels line. Dom's surprised Smithster hasn't glazed Perth-born Grant Anderson yet. I don't think he knows yet, mate. That's a knock-on from the Roosters. Eels get the ball at 33. I don't think he knows yet. Red 9 and says, I'm required by law to go against the Chooks. How are you all, chat? Lovely community. Get around. Yeah, get around the Rabbits. We'll be live tomorrow for the Rabbitohs versus Manly. But yeah, no, we're going all right. Plenty of rugby league action. Got Titans for Storm after this. And yes, it is a requirement for you to go against the Chooks. But also, I don't know if it's going to be on the winning side today. But it is just preseason. Smith says, I will get the last laugh when Pezzett and Moses start to mesh. No, you won't, Smithster, because nobody is arguing that Pezzett could not be a good signing for the Eels. We're just saying it's not a signing. It's a loan. That's what I'm trying to help you understand. It is a loan. They haven't signed him. Technically, if you want to be on the technical basis of he signed his name on paper, then he is a signing in that aspect. But when you're saying that he's the best signing of the year, well, it's a loan. He's on loan there. He's not a permanent player at the Eels. Bryson Smith said, don't be cocky for rugby league. You barely know it. Don't try arguing with many here at least. I know, it's amazing, bro. Just listen, and then eventually you'll be able to slap people. For the time being, you will get there. But just know what you're talking about first before you start with the bite backs. Knock on him from the Eels at 25. Oh, and here's Entertain House. He's come out of nowhere. God help us. He says, Titans play Storm next. What have a sneaky feeling you'll win it too. Because Entertain House, we're never losing a game ever again. That's why. Challenge here from the Eels. Challenge here from the Eels. That's why. Alone like TPJ and Nofaluma. Yeah. Didn't know if I'd see their names in the chat today, but fair enough. So what are they challenging here, the Eels? Did EH like the stream? Surely he did, surely. That's probably a touch there from Tommy Talad. This actually might be just Eels ball. Okay, this angle might show it. Yeah, fingers definitely touched that. That'll be a knock on. Knock on Roosters. It's like Harry Grant and Tigers 2020 in Pezzett para loan terms. Yeah, but I'd prefer Harry Grant Tigers than trying to Pezzett Para. With that being said, though, I do think the Para Pezzett will go well with Para. I do think Pezzett and Moses will do well. But also, my biggest question is, how much is his buy-in? How much will he buy into the Eels culture, into the Eels belief system, into the Eels direction? How much will he listen to his coaching staff, Jason Riles, and the Eels organisation when he knows that from next year onwards, who gives a shit about the Eels? He's off to the Broncos. That's why I feel like this loan decision is so stupid. How much is he buying into his future? Because right now, with this club, he's got a contract regardless with the Broncos. Sure, you still need to play well, you need to do your best, but are you going to be able to have that 1 year connection with Mitchell Moses, Isaiah Yonke, and the likes in your team? You're going to be able to get it going overall. Loans are just so stupid to me. I feel like loans are so stupid. What did it do for the Tigers? It did nothing for the Tigers. Harry Grant got them to 10th, and then they went and won, 3 wooden spoons in a row. What did it do for the Tigers? They literally won 3 wooden spoons in a row post Harry Grant getting to 10th. It did absolutely nothing for them. What is the point of a loan? If you don't win the comp this year, what is the point of not having a 6 alongside Mitchell Moses on a permanent level? Eels are now 3 metres out from the line, third tackle. If you can tell me, then please let me know in the chat. So third tackle, 10 metres away. They go out of the right. Eels try. Good try there from Parramatta. That is a big try from Parramatta that gets them back into the game, and that is Jake Tungo. Jake Tungo here for the Eels will score, and it's going to be 22-16 with a kick to come. These are... Oh, do the Roosters have most... No, Roosters have most of their full team in still. They do. The Roosters still have most of their full team in. One of the worst players in the NRL just scored. Yay. Entertain us. You're a Para fan. Surely you should be backing him in. 22-16 with a kick to come. 20 minutes to go here of the game, folks. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and then don't forget right after, the mighty Gold Coast Titans are firing up. Go the Titans, you boppers. Go the Titans. Dre says, exactly, it's not like the Eels are in a strong premiership window and then just add Pezzett to boost them to favourites. JT just helps them. Faves JT... It just helps them boost their chance for top 8. I guess it just boosts their chances of, well, not really. Like, how much do you believe Jonah Pezzett is actually going to do here? Like, what did he actually do for Melbourne? He was a good player, don't get me wrong, but he didn't really get too much of an opportunity because Munster was their guy and Jerome Hughes was their guy. And then you also had Tyron Wishart. Like, what did Pezzett really do? You've got a guy on a loan that didn't really do anything at the Storm. He was just there at the Storm. So it's not like you've gone and gotten a really heavy prospect of Harry Grant. But again, the Harry Grant situation meant nothing for the Tigers as well. I don't really understand I don't really understand the point of the Peasant line. Jaquet played all Bailey, BK, Fox, Russell, our winger depth. Yeah, sure. And Tanis, I want your opinion on the Peasant line. Give me your opinion on the Peasant line. Only played 2 or 3 memorable games. Rugby League Therapy Podcast. Now, I find Peasant Glaze so annoying. He's only played 18 games. He's only played 1. Do you mean started 1? Only played 2 or 3 memorable games. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's done anything just yet. Not anything. First tackle now for the Eels. Now second to the 20. I'm not saying he can't attain it. I'm just saying that I don't get the Eels' perspective. It makes a whole bunch of sense for Jonah Pezzett. It's beautiful. It makes a brilliant amount of sense for Jonah Pezzett. He's not going to get a crack at the Storm. He's going to come into the starting gig at the Eels because he can't get into the starting gig at the Broncos because Adam Reynolds is there. And then he'll go to the Broncos when Adam Reynolds is gone. Oh, that's a 40-20, 40-20, 40-20, 40-20. No, that will be Mark Nwanga to Tawase who gets his ball and brings it back to the 25 on... Oh, it's a strip. It's a strip. Parramatta want to score. Oh, is that forward? Oh, I think that was forward. Well, Eels are going to score here. I would love to see this again. Oh, this game has just turned around. Well, the Eels, Tigers fans, you'll be spewing right now because the Eels could win the preseason with another try. I need to have a look at this again, though. So outside the 40, so they didn't even need it. Wouldn't have been a 40-20. Nwanga Tawase gets it. Now, is there more than one on the tackle here? So Brian Kelly. Oh, no, this is going to be... Oh, maybe he just got this. Otherwise, BK does score. Not BK score. He got the offload away to the winger. This is going to be interesting what they call here. Yeah, well, it's just outside the 40. I need to see this again. They will probably look at this in the bunker. So Nwanga Tawase brings it back. BK hands on it, and then does he lose? Does he get the ball just before the Eels? Oh, no, it's probably flat, that pass. The pass was probably flat. It just comes down to, has he gotten the ball before Hopgood makes contact? I think he probably has. It's very close. I think they're probably going to give this. So Nwanga Tawase got the ball, no one in. The try's confirmed. So this kick is to tie the game up here, folks. It's 22-20 with 17 minutes to go of the game. Emmanuel says, does North Korea plays rugby league? How do you know that they don't? How do you know? How do you know there's not some illegal rugby league in Pyongyang in some underground cave? You don't know. You never know. You never know. And they'll miss a kick, so we'll say 22-20. Now, guys, update for the preseason table. Update for the preseason table is that the Eels... They just actually need to win and get two bonus points because the Tigers are 30 differential, Eels are 34 points differential, and they're on 29. So wins 12, that would take them to 27, and then they would need the 2 bonus points here, would Parramatta. Now, right now, in regards to their bonus points, they have 7 line breaks. There's your 1. They have 4 tries. They still need 1 more there. And then the offloads, they're at 10. There's your 2. Tigers fans, if the Eels win this from here, you will not win the preseason, and the Eels probably win the preseason unless the Titans win by a monster against the Storm. Third tackle now for the Eels at the 35. 16 minutes to go of the game. Titans game was meant to start now, Snack, but because of the delay in this game due to the lightning, the Titans game won't start until this game finishes in about 16 minutes' time. But the Eels now, they're going to bring this ball through to the 40 on the Eels side, Roosters side of the field. They go to the right, quick play the ball. They put that ball up into the air. Roosters will... Oh, it's knocked back here from the Eels, but the Roosters will get it. And it's Connor Watson. He'll get that ball to Nwanga Tawase. Nwanga Tawase will be at the year 20. Had a couple of good preseason games this round so far. We've had a good couple of preseason games. 30 minutes on the Titans stream. Yeah, I'll just start that whenever the game starts, bro. Like, I just put a time up just to put it away from it starting and just saying waiting. No, Snack, it's not at the same stadium. No, this game between the Roosters and Eels is the same stadium that the Sharks and Raiders game was, but the Titans and Storm both agreed that they would delay the game. It's at Sunshine Coast for the Storm Titans game, but they both agreed to delay that game because of the lightning in this one. So the Roosters are away at the 45, at the 40, the 35, and they're away here again. Wow, that was a nice little turn of pace. Is that played at? Is he onside? Eels get the ball at 10. Anton says, frustrating because most of the year will just help his Broncos development. I look forward to watching him learn and create highlights, but still a tough pill to swallow when we have Lorenzo and Joash. I think Joash got a long way to go, who are both really ready to develop the 5'8 position. I wouldn't have us playing finals without Pezzett with a rookie 6, in my opinion. But what have you seen from Pezzett to prove that he's not still effectively a rookie 6? That's a penalty to the Eels at 25. What has everyone seen from Pezzett to say that he is not still basically a rookie 6? Like, what has he done? I don't understand what Jonah Pezzett has overall done to warrant this incredible reaching of him being this like star player. What has he actually done in his career to warrant this? I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just asking because I watch all these games, and I think that Pezzett was solid, and I would have taken him, I guess, at the Titans for sure. But also, it would have been like a project. He's still a project, Pezzett. He's still young. He still hasn't done anything. So why do we have such high belief in something we haven't seen yet? Junior Bolo comes off here with 14 minutes to go. The game is 22-20 the Roosters. But this isn't just an Eels fan thing. This is like a lot of fans say the same thing. So I would like to see someone tell me why I should be more hype based off of proof of what Pezzett has done. Pezzett's going to be the Eels' Ash Taylor. Well, not really, because he's only on loan there for this year. He's off to the Broncos next year. Oh, they've lost the ball, and the Roosters will get this at the 35. I think that was a knock back, though, but it just went straight into a Roosters' hands. So it should be first tackle Roosters at the 35. No, Jonah Pezzett is on loan, mate. You can't be Ash Taylor, but also I feel for Ash. He had a lot of things going on that prevented him. Third tackle now for the Roosters at 45. Emily says, Hayden left that first spot empty for the Dragons. Yeah, Emily. Yeah, no, they played well. They played fantastic footy against the Rabbitohs last week. No, electric stuff. Electric stuff. If he puts the Dragons... Let me get this straight, all right? So Roosters are going to get this ball to 50. A fifth tackle. So he tells me he puts the Titans in 16th. He tells me the Eels are in 2nd. If I find out that he's got the Dragons anywhere in that top 8, I'm blocking him on all socials. I'm blocking him. That'll do me. I'll block him. You're gone. You're gone, Hayden. If I find out you've put Titans in 16th, you've put Eels in 2nd, you've got the Dragons in the top 8, I've given up on you. I've given up on you. I'm done. Says everyone trashed me for my Pezzett hot take, but then wanted to talk about it for 10 minutes. Yeah, but we trashed on you in that conversation because of the horror take. It's not the point. Your take isn't the point. The Eels are going to take him down to the 40. I don't think you understand. We're taking a piss out of you with this conversation because it's a stupid take, because he's not actually signed there to the Eels. But also, you're bringing up a conversational point that is absolutely necessary, but you've made a fool of yourself by the way that you've asked the question. You've stated the statement, per se. Eels here, kicks this ball through. Try time, Parramatta! Try time, Parramatta, and it's 24-22 to the Eels with a kick to come. They are going to lead, and Tigers, you are now in 2nd on the preseason table. 24-22. I want to see how many first graders are still on the field here for the Roosters. So Lindsay Collins is there. Nafahu White is there. Where is everybody? So Sam Walker. Hold on. I don't know who this 23 is for the Roosters. Is that the Rodwell? They've still got a pretty decent amount of players out there. But Tigers fans, you need the Roosters to score, because they've got their offloads and they've got their line breaks, the Eels, and they've got their tries. So now they are going to be on 30 points if the Roosters cannot score and win this game. Like we said, Smithster, I understand you're getting into rugby league and whatnot, but you don't have any clue what you're talking about right now. So it's very easy to slap you down and kind of put you in your place when it comes to this sport. just kind of sit back and enjoy and understand a lot more about the game before you do dabble into this and do dabble into the conversational points, because your comment just lacked a lot of what, like, if you have that kind of statement, it's great for you to be all cocky and whatnot if you know what you're talking about. If we don't know what you're talking, we know you don't know what you're talking about, because this is your first year watching rugby league. You thought the Perth Bears versus Melbourne Storm was going to be the greatest grand final of all time in regards to attendance and audience, and that's just the shittest thing in the history of ever. The point is that, like, you're entitled to an opinion, but you don't actually have the knowledge to have this opinion yet, because you don't watch the sport, bro. So the Jonah Pezzett conversation is not like you're bringing it up and it's you're the only person to ever bring up Jonah Pezzett. It's an interesting conversation what Jonah Pezzett's done to actually prove what he's being regarded as. That's why it's a conversation. Nothing to do with your comment, but why has he got all this support and backing of being this amazing player when we actually haven't seen anything yet? Let's see it happen first, but what's the benefit to the Eels, even if we do see it happen this year, unless they win the grand final, because it's then kind of been a pointless year for the Eels, because he's going to the Broncos next year. Second tackle now for the Eels, and they're going to be at the 25. Dead set. I know it's a trial, but oh man, 22-12 down, no Moses, whole second half, and lead by Sean Russell. I might have a chance now to win the preseason challenge. Well, if you win this game, the only team that could go above you is the Titans. And the Eels get the ball offloaded. Oh, that's over the sideline. No, it's not. They keep it in. And it'll be 4 tackle at the 42. The only team that could go above you is the Titans, but we'd need to win by a lot over the Storm, really. That's in like 30, 40 points, which isn't happening. So, 5th tackle here at the 35. Yeah, turn the caps off, entertain us. You know we don't do the caps over here. So, I'll keep that ball up, and Roosters will grab the ball at 23. Number 23, I need to make sure who this is. Number 23 is Tom Rodwell. I was right. So, 8.5 minutes to go. We've had 2 exciting games so far in this preseason. We had, knock on Roosters. No, he caught the ball. Okay, 3rd tackle at the 40. Saw an exciting game between Tigers and Panthers last night, an exciting game between the Roosters and the Eels. First half is what you focus on from both these games, though, because that's where the full-strength teams played. First half of this game and first half of Panthers-Tigers, but the Tigers looked great in the first half last night. No wonder to us they will lose the ball, and it will be Eels ball at the 48. Antonio says, hey, chat, chance of being nice when you're part of the stream. Well, no, we have a rule in regards to the capitals, because otherwise people spam capitals and whatnot, bro. That's why you know. But also, any part of the stream being nice, the answer is also no, entertain us, because you predicted the Eels to come second this year. So there's 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the game. Hayden is a pretty cool bloke, I reckon. Well, like I said, we love him, but he's a clown, but we love him, but he's a clown. We love him, but he's a clown. You didn't say please, so no. You don't want the chat going against you now, Hayden. Just take what you can get. First tackle here with the Eels at the 45. Yeah, the Eels second. Like your work, but that has damaged my brain today. So the Eels at the 35. Now they'll be at the 30 on 3rd tackle. This is the Storm and Titans going full straight teams. Pretty much for the Titans. Pretty much for the Storm, but not completely. Eels now. Offload. Eels! Way! To right time in the corner for the Parramatta Eels. 28-22 with 7 minutes to go here of the game. Every video is of mine in capitals, I think. Well, that's fantastic. This isn't on your channel. So 28-22 with 6.5 to go. The Eels will score. And Tigers fans... a couple of questionable passes there again. I think there's been a lot of questionable passes in this game today. A lot of questionable passes. So it's 28-22. Definitely a couple of questionable passes. Brian Kelly absolutely passes this ball forward. Take it from a Titans fan's perspective too. And I love him. I love BK. He's an awesome dude. But there's definitely some questionable passes there. So right now, Eels are in first on the ladder. Eels would be first on the ladder. Tigers would be second. Eels are currently up by 6. They would go to plus 40. Titans would currently need to win by literally 30 points. It's not. Eels will win the preseason if they win this game. Parramatta might just have skyrocketed as number 1. I've said enough. Give them a top 2 finish. Kick here from the sideline for the Eels. Riley Smith. And he will... Oh, didn't come back. Missed the kick. Saves 28-22. Oh, Eels fans, that will keep it as a potential draw. And there is no extra time. Storm and Titans are warming up on the field over there. Don't forget, guys, we'll be live straight after this for the Titans versus the Storm. Straight after this, we'll be rocking and rolling for the premiership winners. And that's not a silly take. That's a legitness take, mate. That is the most legitness take of all time. Titans to win a comp. Titans to win a comp. I've never picked Eels in the top 3, and I haven't had them in the top 4 for about 4 years. Doesn't take away from the fact he did it this time. And that is going to go out in the full from the Roosters. That is going to go out in the full. No, that game got delayed. No, it got delayed, mate. It was meant to start 15 minutes ago, but they both agreed to delay it to play it after this game finishes. Should have kept it that way. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go of the game. Can the Roosters find a way to score and tie it up? Or will they lose both their preseason games? The Roosters are infamous for not giving a shit about preseason. But with that being said, they did play a strong enough lineup. But they did win the first half 22-12 with the full-strength teams. With that being said, though, the Eels, they're looking like they're going to be able to do them in the second half here. If Eels come second, Hayden will keep all those damn receipts and let us know. Yeah, but he's a silly man. Oh, it's a forward pass again, bro. I'm sorry, but the referees, there's a knock on there. It's karma, but come on. Like, let's look at the passes here, Touchies. You have one job. Yeah, the commentary's complaining too. How many forward passes are we going to see in this game? You would argue one of the tries from the Eels in the first half was a forward pass. You would definitely say the last try was a forward pass. And I can't believe they haven't called that as a forward pass either. Second tackle at the 28. How are none of these getting calls? Yeah, Vossi's complaining and saying, like, how many forward passes are Parramatta going to get away with here? Trainers asked for the game to be stopped. Yeah, any danger of the touchy doing anything? Or are you just out there for the fun of it? He's just out there for a paycheck right now, man. It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous, the amount of forward passes we've seen today. 3 minutes to go now of the game, and we are just waiting for an injury for one of the Roosters players. And Eels. No, but last year, grand final prediction of Storm versus Broncos isn't an outlandish take. Eels top 2 is an outlandish take. It's a really outlandish take. Again, I believe the Eels have a more positive team this year than they have in previous years. But you're talking about going from like 12th position to 2nd position, and based off of what, really? And also, if Mitchell Moses gets injured, your season hits the fan, you come bottom 4. If Mitchell Moses stays healthy, I'll probably have you for between 6 and 8. I probably do. But you have to rely on him being healthy because you are a Mitchell Moses run team. How is Storm Broncos an outlandish take? Broncos still made the grand final in 2023. Had a poor year in 2024, but at the end of the day, everyone was tipping for the top 4. Most people were tipping them for the top 4. I had them in, I think, 5th place. I bought in too high into Manly, but everyone had the Broncos in the top 4 last year, despite the fact they had a poor 2024. Sorry, it's not like it was an outlandish take to say Storm versus Broncos. Oh, entertainers, I'm sorry, bro. But you're getting more biased by the more you go on here. Bro, like, we can rip you if you want. If Mitch Moses gets injured, but he hasn't played his second half against a strong Roosters team, you go and name me, in a preseason game, mind you. We've got Hayden right now claiming that he is right because of a fucking preseason game. Lads, this is a preseason game. We are in the preseason. A strong Roosters team. This is week 2 of the preseason, and we've got bro celebrating this like he's the greatest team of all time. Who's on the field right now for the Roosters? Okay, you've got Spencer Leniu there. There's Spencer Leniu. Outside of that, half of their team is off the field, bro. Guys, we're in the preseason. Please enjoy the games. Please take it for what it is. But bro has just used a preseason game to try and say that, okay, if Moses gets injured, we're still going to win the comp because we're going well in a preseason game against the Roosters here. When half of their team is off the field, half of the Eels team is also off the field. This is the preseason, bro. Preseason. Oh my God, I can't believe we've actually had another content creator claim the preseason now means that he's proven his point in regards to the Eels coming second. That is wild, Hayden. That is wild. That is insane, bro. Second tackle. Oh my God. And I didn't think I could hear something worse. Third tackle here at the 10. 1 minute to go in the game. I am actually fired up. This is a valid crash out. I am actually fired up. He's trying to undermine what we're saying by saying because the Eels are not playing with Moses in the second half of a preseason game. I can't even deal with it. And that's giving me a knock-on from the Eels. The Roosters will get the ball here 10 metres out from their line. I'm just trying to contain myself right now. I'm just trying to contain myself. Oh my God, just take the win. Can you just take the positivity for your team? Can you just appreciate and hear that I said that I would put the Eels in the top 8 with 8 through 6 if Mitchell Moses is healthy? You look at last year, and when you didn't have Mitchell Moses, you were down in the bottom 4. You were down in the bottom 2. Now with Moses, you turned it around. Roosters, who knocked the ball on just then, Hayden? Do you know the name of the guy who knocked the ball on for the Roosters just now? Do you know the name of the number 22 for the Roosters? Do you know who that is? I'll help you out. The number 22 with the Roosters is Toby Rodwell. There's also Max McCarthy on the field and Tom Rodwell. If Mitchell Moses, oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, Eels win 28-22 here. Eels win 28-22. We're going to jump off, guys, and go to the Storm Titans. Please, guys, when I say the Titans are going to win the comp based off of our performance in the preseason, please don't believe that I'm being serious. Hopefully we can turn on this game. Hopefully we can. But, guys, I'm going to switch across to the Storm versus the Titans game. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. I'm fired up right now. Happy for the Eels fans out there because you are probably going to win the preseason now. But I'm going to switch across to that Titan Storm game right now. Thumbs up, subscribe. I'll be back in a few moments. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.